Today's episode is brought to you by IP Vanish. And we've got a chance for you to win $500 from IP Vanish.
$500? There's a link in the episode description with the video.
That's right. And I'll repeat that sentence in case you couldn't hear it over Feeney's saliva. There's a link in the episode description with the video. You'll need IP Vanish to watch that video. Otherwise, it will be restricted.
The video will have the next clue for how to win $500.
That's right. All right, let's start the show.
Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
What do you get when you mix two white boys, both named Mike? A thing for Justin Timberlake and a piercing above your eye. Was he high? Their stories alone could make you cry. That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
Wow. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 200th episode
200
of Irish Goodbye Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Feeney, being joined with me, as always,
by Mike Cannon, and I almost said Mike Feeney. Yeah, I just heard what you said, and I was like, that sounded good.
And we have a treasure trove of guests here today.
Yeah, a real Corona hot box.
Yeah.
Totes.
First and foremost, sitting to my left, you know him from the Legion of Skanks podcast, Netflix Comedy Central, the one and only Big Jay Oakerson, everybody. Big Jay, how are you, pal? Thanks for being on the show. Also, we have to my right, Brendan the Sneaky Raccoon Sagalow.
Yeah.
Fan favorite over these last 200 episodes.
Yeah, you know him from our podcast and Instagram Reels. I don't even do that as much as this fucking guy.
Gotta be
he's a real Reels guy.
Gotta innovate. Okay. And a first time guest, which what a way to come on the show as a first timer to come into the 200th episode, Mr. Colum Tyrrell, everybody.
Yes.
Colum, people have been asking for you to come on the show for a while. We've kept saying no, and then they eventually they wore us down.
You know it's not Tyrell, it's Tyrrell.
What did I say? Did I say
said it right? I just said it wrong.
It's Tyrrell.
You just planted a seed of. I was like, did I not say it?
I feel like you're both still wrong. It's Tyrrell.
Tyrrell?
Tyrrell. Yeah, it's Tyrrell.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Is it also not column? Is it like column or some shit like that?
No, you got the column right.
All right.
Yeah, you nailed it.
How they say it mid-vomit.
Harrington's going to be so sad. He jogged to my house with a big old hunk of water. Asked me to bring it here, and I totally whiffed on it. Totally whiffed.
You look good, though, Harrington.
There's nothing better than like a means well friend disappointment. Like you didn't set out to ruin his night, but it just got there anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't. I did not mean to set out to ruin his night.
So, well, I think this might make or ruin all of our nights. I'm not sure, but we are doing for our 200th episode, just like we did for people who remember our 100th episode, a power hour. In the last 100 episodes, it's been a little under 2 years, Mike has stopped drinking.
I have, yeah.
So instead, we decided to get some reinforcements off the bench, and so
that's how insecure I am too. Is Jay just went to itch his own armpit, and I went for the fist bump to congratulate myself for the 2 years no boozing. Like,
You know what's happened? I was looking for a better way to look on camera, and then I did that and realized I have a pit stain on a sweatshirt.
You really are like Mike. That's exactly Mike does the same thing.
Buddy, I'm going to be leaking in about 12 minutes.
Why?
Because I'm full of fun and love.
You great energy today.
You're right. I just,
a lot of energy.
If only EDM was on, you'd really have a good time.
I may finally like it.
And Alex, how are you doing back there? Alex is moving around like an octopus with multiple arms. She's spinning. And
Alex is the hot metal from T2 right now. Before it becomes a person.
I gotta tell you, I like this Alex. She's smiled at me the entire time. She's looked at me in the eyes. I love it.
Okay. How you feeling, Alex?
I feel great, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this one.
All right, so we're doing the Power Hour. Alex has pre-recorded an hour's worth of dings to happen every minute on the minute. If you're at home and want to join us, for the love of God, join us. Every time to grab a beer, every single time a bell happens, you fill up your shot glass, and then we'll do a shot of beer every minute on the minute, and try to make this as little as a shit show as possible. But
I should probably have water too.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
with the Molly and all.
Harrington, after your run, can you please?
Did you think Molly too?
Harrington, how does getting more fit make you you look more like a serial killer now that you're fit?
Yo, he looks.
Whoa!
Oh my God! I mean, you're in good shape, and it has never looked worse on somebody.
It's bizarre.
I really can't talk, but I hate how he looks now.
Nah, he's ill. You look
It's
ill.
the swoop back tank, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, swoop back is very.
Yeah,
He looks like one of those homeless guys where you don't understand how they're putting on such lean mass. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're almost so in shape. You're like, how does whatever you're eating translate into that?
Because they ate their pit bulls.
I'm very impressed. I'm impressed, and at the same time, not even mildly envious.
the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's just you're
like,
like good for you, but yikes, you know?
Yeah,
I don't
good
wish
for
it
you,
was
I
different.
guess.
I don't wish it was different to that.
Yeah.
I wish it was all different on me. But that's
If that's the outcome.
I want him
no,
to
I would.
be.
I would actually in a heartbeat.
You'd take that?
Yeah, I would take that.
But his head hasn't
I
lost
certainly,
weight.
I certainly,
Lost hair.
Christ on the cross, hear me on this Irish show. Not a chance in the world would I wear a tank top given that much back.
no,
Yeah.
or that much front even
Or that much
feels
front.
a little.
The whole
feels
thing.
a little
It's
reckless.
a real.
Yeah.
The straps are just. It's a met. It's wrong.
We'll take a picture of
look
Harrington and
fantastic.
put it
Yeah.
up on our. On
But
our
that-
social
here's
media.
the
It's the
thing.
shirt. You're dressed like a hot aerobics chick in the 80s. That's supposed to be a half top showing under tit, dude.
You should have a rope headband on right now.
You should be exercising
away.
poorly behind Olivia Newton-John in a video.
I have
I just
been
showed all
always-
my age.
I've always been very envious of people that can like wear wife beaters and tank tops. Is like
Yeah.
a huge fan of Eminem. I've always been a fat kid, so
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have that.
I think on purpose, Justin Silver never comes to my house not a tank top. Any season.
He looks so good in a tank top. It's
Yeah.
infuriating.
I bet that's the drug of fitness, though, is it gets you that confident to where you put that on.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Speaking
Yeah,
of,
it's
of
just-
drugs.
It
So
looks like he fucked a girl and put on her clothes this morning to make her breakfast.
I just want to also say, Colum, you've never done a power hour before.
No.
In your life. Jay, when's the last time you did one?
Legion of Skanks, a couple years ago, we did one.
Okay, Brendan.
high school.
Okay, and for me it was 100 episodes ago. So
Right.
it's that's what makes this more, because I feel like as we age, this is only going to get harder to do.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And also, Colum not doing a power hour together doesn't mean that he hasn't been training for this his entire life.
Yeah. He seems him and Brendan had a beer to warm up.
Yeah. Well, you got to do it. I said it's like Kobayashi, how he eats the warm-up meal, stretches his belly, and then he goes into Nathan's.
I think I'm coming in. I think I'm coming in by far oldest, and this will affect me most tomorrow.
All right, well, without further ado, Alex, are you ready with the bells? Can we get it started? Oh, God damn
heart
it,
is
this is going to
racing.
suck.
Yeah.
You're not even.
For so many reasons.
Yeah, one that I can really think of. But, I'm nervous as well, but I'm excited. And thank you guys for joining us. And everybody who listens for the last 200 episodes, we love you. And
What's a good cheers in
here's to you
Irish
guys.
Gaelic?
Just cheers.
There can be only one.
Oh, goes down.
One down. All right.
I think we're gonna need to get some napkins and shit in here.
Oh,
right?
yeah, we
Yeah.
probably should get some paper towels. And, perfect. Frank's out of water for Jay.
Thanks, Frank.
Loving
Nice.
it.
Wow, look at how different and not
Just-
cold
why
that
would you
water
get more?
is.
Yeah, thanks. Just stack them over here, pal. I'm going to be ripping agua
Just hoarding
all day.
water.
I already
Yeah,
have
leave
to
the
piss.
roll. Perfect. Yeah,
Frank
yeah.
looks like Shinobi. Frank, do me a favor. Can you put the paper towels right in front of the screen? Right? Thank you.
A beautiful three-shot.
Hell yeah.
This is yeah, man, and there's something too about Bud Light. I'm not a Bud Light drinker in any real
Are
circumstance.
you a more refined palate?
Yeah. Well, it's weird.
Natty Light?
I went through all of the things. I went into craft beer, then I got way into craft beer, way into IPAs. Couldn't even look at this. I looked down my nose at anybody, and then I slowly started hating craft beer. I started hating IPAs. It was too acidy, too all this other shit. God damn it. And then
Well, and also craft beer, it's ruined by its fans. It's
Yes.
like Dave Matthews. You know?
Yes.
It's like anybody who's super into craft beer has like, a faded anchor that they just got tattooed on their arm.
And now I'm all the way back where now if I could have one beer to drink, I'm choosing Miller High Life. That's like my I
okay.
just
They bomb.
just throw them back. I prefer that now over
It's trash, right?
over an yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the best
champagne.
trash.
It's the champagne.
I
of
think
beers.
I genuinely think it's good.
I like
think
it.
I think it's one of the best
Yeah.
beers I've
I'll
ever
have
tasted.
anything.
Yeah,
I'll put anything in my body.
I'm sure.
You got that right. Later on, my friend.
I can't do. I don't like those hoppy, weird like
IPAs.
ones right from Brooklyn and shit.
Oh yeah, with you like you can't see through it. That was a thing.
It means
when,
nothing to me. I don't know what they always say about the taste of it. With all alcohol, for the most part, I'm getting it down to get to a place emotionally, not like satisfying thirst. Like, of course. I'll drink Diet Peach Snapple if I'm trying to quench my thirst.
So that's exactly how I feel. Jay and I have a similar take on this then, I guess, because I've never enjoyed a taste of alcohol. I always tolerated it for the feeling later.
That's why I don't drink. I don't drink much because it's got to be a night where I can like fucking drink. Because if we're gonna do it, like let's get like buzz. I'm also not like a pass out like drunk. You know,
right.
Once I get to like what I would call drunk, I'm done. But I mean like. I'd have to get there. It doesn't make sense when someone's like, just do a shot before you leave. I'm like, why put that in my... It's so awful.
I will do that. I'll always do
That's
that.
great.
Especially if somebody else is buying, Brendan's in.
Oh, yeah. Dude. You know what I really love? I went to a party on New Year's Eve, and they had one of those punch bowls where it's like these Long Island kids just putting...
That's how I got roofied my first night in college.
Are you sure it was roofied? And
Put it in your own drink by mistake?
No, I had one drink at the Pigs frat, which has since been like completely thrown off the campus of Geneseo, and several of their members were put in jail. And
For this?
no, they like I think they stabbed a kid. Like somebody stabbed somebody on there. That was like the last straw. But
the last straw.
Yeah, I went there, hadn't drank yet, took a scoop cup of the punch with every other lady. Within maybe 45 minutes, couldn't see 8 inches in front of my face.
Jesus
Had to
Christ.
be legitimately like army crawl, like can't leave my friend in the battlefield.
Put
back to
down,
the prom.
fucked.
Back to the prom. Back to the dorm.
Who roofies
Aggressively
one whole
fucked.
punch bowl?
That's
Frat
the whole
guys,
point.
I guess.
Damn.
Yeah, it was, and maybe I drank all of it. Like maybe I just got all the roofie in one cup, but I was in rough shape.
Yeah, if you'd have hung out there, there would have been just a bunch of unconscious girls around a house.
Yeah, you saved 30 lives that day, dude.
You really jumped on a grenade there. Dude. That was huge. I'm going to call you fucking Hurt Locker.
Fucking A. Can
That's
I
a
get
big
that
deal.
paper towel? Tom? Yeah. Thank you, pal.
Have you ever been roofied?
No, I've never even seen.
only by your
I've
friends,
never even
your
seen,
co-hosts.
I've never even seen Roofie.
Well, that's what's weird is when you find out that people do that drug recreationally.
It helps you study, does it?
No, that's Adderall.
That's Adderall.
Yeah, I think
GHB
Rude Jude.
is-
I think Rude Jude's all about that.
Really?
I think so.
Well,
Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm not speaking out of school.
What's
I'm,
Roof-
I'm lying if that's not out there.
What's roofie for? Like, what's the proper...
To
For
make,
fucking
make you
women.
black out so you can have sex with women without them knowing.
Yeah, is it specifically manufactured
I
for
think it's-
rape?
Oh, no.
I don't know. It's to pass out, I guess, where you really don't have any. Like you're not going to come to from it.
It's
you
just
know what I
like steroidal Ambien, I guess.
You're going to come.
mean? You're going to come all right. You make. I like.
Nice! Nice, Jay! Great
Yeah. And that's why he's the best. Watch and learn, Sagalow.
Pieces of shit.
I wouldn't roofie because like the girl would wake up and I'd be doing lovemaking things to her still.
Yeah, still trying to get her wet. You know?
Yeah, like she'd wake up and I'm just like talking in her ear and fucking playing with her pussy for no reason.
I roofie a girl and then friend zone her. I mean, she'd friend zone me.
Yeah, you watch a movie and you're taking your time.
I was waiting for Jay to rephrase it, and I was going to be like, yeah.
I'd roofie a girl and have her talk to me about a boy she likes.
Just feel like he's sending me mixed signals.
Mixed signals.
How often did you have to do that growing up? Like, that, were you the mixed? Like, are you get friend zoned a good amount?
I did that until I couldn't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Because that's like friend zone 101. If some chick is talking about a guy to you, there is a part of you in high school where you're like, okay, yeah, maybe this will lead some, because you're an idiot. So I'm like, maybe this will lead to some. And now if a chick tries it, I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Just yell at them.
Dude, my friend zone girl, I had it's a wild story. This girl that I liked a lot, like in high school, she was a little younger than me, but I was so friend zoned by her, and she was so not like interested or thought of us in a sexual way that she had told me one time that she was like, I think I want to be in Playboy or something. I've told some other things before, but I don't think I've told her here. I was like, she was, I'd like to be in Playboy, I think, and I was like, I mean, I could like take the pictures or whatever for you.
that's a good move, though.
If you want to send them in, she was like, "Would you really?" I'm like, I will. I mean, like, yeah, for sure, I'll do it. She was so like thankful of me doing it for her. So, and she goes, "This is so much. This is me being rotten." I've told it a bunch though, and but she goes, "Yeah, totally, let's do it." She goes, "I don't know how to pose for these things. I don't really see dirty magazines. Can you bring over some Playboy pictures so I can or Playboy so I can see how to pose?" And I was like, "Totally," but I didn't want to see Playboy poses. I wanted to see her like just spreading it open.
Yeah, like
So
what's the other magazine? Not Playboy.
so I cut out
Offensive.
I cut out a bunch of pictures from Playboy. I didn't bring the magazine. I cut out pictures because I also cut out pictures of like, you know, just like Cherry and High Society, like the actual porn mags, and I brought those over. The fact that she didn't even say anything, the Playboy ones are such a thick stock instead of these fucking cum rags that I brought over. These like floppy pictures of a girl spreading her pussy open. But I took a bunch of pictures. Took them. You still had to go get them developed this time, so I took them to a Rite Aid. And the old man, I told him what I was like. Look, there's some filthy pictures on here. I go, I need you to do me a favor. I go, I don't care if you look at them. Make a copy for yourself if you like. I was like, but make doubles of these. Do not say they're doubles. Just mark on each one singles and put them in separate things. And he was like, totally.
And then you guys high-fived.
Yeah.
Almost.
Now-
It was an older guy, but I came back and got them, and I gave her the ones I kept a set for myself. Loved them.
Genius idea. Congratulations. Now, did you when she like agreed to the idea, the plan, and you went to go cut out pictures and stuff? I imagine you must have been frantically calling your friends, being like, "You're never gonna fucking believe this, dude."
No, I was smart enough to know that I was like, this is...
No, you can't say
I just keep this
anything.
quiet. In fact, I don't know if I told any of my close friends. I just wanted it for myself. And then they start going like, "Can I borrow them?" This is like before shit where you just like send,
That's a slippery slope. You start telling people like that will get out.
and it'll get out. And also,
Hey, I stole this girl's nudes.
To that, Brendan, to that, months later, I may have been doing comedy. I don't think so yet, but I was, 'cause I was like late teens when that was. So I got a job delivering auto parts, and I had a Honda Accord hatchback. Yeah, I think I started comedy already. And I had a Honda Accord hatchback, and the brakes were bad, and I was just broke. And 2 shots. This story was sorry.
I think it's 3 or 4.
I apologize for being so wordy.
No, this is the best.
But she, so
You got to cut down to 3 shots.
I worked at I worked at this auto parts delivery thing for these dealerships, and then my brakes were fucked up, and this guy goes, if you go to the shops here, because you work here, like, they'll hook you up. They'll do it for like $50. And I was like, oh, fucking fantastic.
Wow.
So I went to this guy, and he's doing the brakes, and he's we're talking. And he's like, oh, I hang out at this bar, PJ Saloons, where I'm always hanging. I'm like, cool. I go, it's funny, a friend of mine, Desiree, works there. And he's like, oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about. She is unbelievably hot. She's so gorgeous. That girl is like my dream girl. And I went, will you do the brakes for free if I show you pictures of her snatch? And he was like, oh my God, dude, totally. And I showed them to him. They were in my glove compartment box.
You had them at the ready.
Do you know why they were in my glove compartment box? I just realized I was doing comedy because I came up. I thought that showing that chick's
getting
pictures
spots?
was my way for like Colin Quinn to like me and stuff. And Patrice at the cellar. I think we drove Colin Quinn home one time, and I'm
just
showing
did-
I'm
oh,
like, go
just-
check that out.
Oh,
It's whatever.
yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just looking.
They
at
couldn't have
naked.
cared less.
Yeah, they're like, "Can you get the napkin from the glove box? What are
Yeah,
these?
yeah,
Oh, that's just funny story."
I have a
just a
lot of
chick.
big swings with big comics that I'm very embarrassed about to this
Metzger
day.
has the
sure.
stories are the best ones. You should get him on to ask about them. I don't know if he even realizes they happened,
Yeah.
but they're great. Some great ones.
There is
But-
nothing trashier than keeping nudes in a glove box.
Trash.
It's every word in that sentence is trash.
Just lean in the right.
Also, I had a
Just lean
feeling it'd get me out of some cop trouble at some point.
It's like currency.
It felt like it, so I show him.
He's,
this guy goes,
it's like, oh, my
"Absolutely."
driver's license. How about 15-year-old?
Vagina's license?
I get so no. Everyone's legal here.
Yeah, 15.
She wanted to be.
Christ, Colin.
She wanted to be in Playboy, so she's.
I'm
like
listening to
18,
the story I
think it
want to hear.
I love that there was silence from us drinking,
Buddy.
and it just sounded
is.
like.
Side note: in my 20s, I had to destroy videotapes that I didn't think about from my girlfriend when we were underage, And like into your 20s, you're still like, remember her? That was great. And then you're like, I think she's 16 or something. It's like I have to destroy these.
Yeah.
Because like it wasn't child porn when I got it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mike's got homework to do.
I've got it all up here.
Remembered an old computer.
but I'm saying even the girl, like
I'll buy it off you.
like the girl was currently, of age when I was watching the video, but it doesn't matter like when the video's
sure.
not.
It's like the opposite of wine.
It's scary. Yeah. But so this girl was legal, but I show the guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's good.
I show the guy.
Like the opposite of wine.
I would have explained it a little bit more. I don't even think it was good.
That was great, dude.
It wasn't good, but it was like accurate. It was like a very true statement.
I show the brakes guy the pictures.
Is my heart making noise? Can you guys hear it?
No, but I do hear your thoughts, and I'm fine. I'm fine. You're okay.
I never knew you thought like that about me, but I appreciate it.
Jay's puking.
So I show the guy the pictures. He does my breaks for free. I make such a scene with this guy. I go, if that's the place you hang out, dude, please God, don't tell her or anybody that like you've seen these. Like, just, come on, it's gotta be cool. He goes, dude, no problem. That night, I mean, the next day. I'm sorry, the next night because I had him. He went there. He didn't tell her. He told like another girl who worked there that he saw naked pictures of her or something.
No.
Something like that.
That's like Gunther
Panic.
finding out Ross cheated.
she knows exactly who it was. Who else could it be?
Of course. The worst $50 you ever saved.
He didn't even know my name. It wasn't like he dimed me out specifically. He just said he saw these pictures, and she calls me, obviously, with her boyfriend
Oh, no.
one night, and it's doing one of those, like, I'm coming over to kick your fucking ass because of this thing. And I'm like, I just went complete denial. I said, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he goes, I'm coming over right now. And, like, eventually did, like, fucking...
You were like, don't beat me up?
No,
Will
eventually...
you not beat me up if I show you naked
No,
pictures?
eventually... No, I think I did eventually, like, the fucking, well, come on, motherfucker, get over here.
Yeah.
Like, you know where I live. And, like, he didn't. Thank God. But thank God, because I always say, I go, what I told my friend as soon as I hung up and called a friend about that, what's going on, I was like, he's got all the righteous anger behind him.
Yes.
I'm lying, and I'm going out there to, like, fight a guy where I'm like, I sort of feel for him.
Yeah.
You found out
Like,
this,
I don't want
this
you
is
to-
the fucking fat turd who your girlfriend was just spreading. Your girlfriend was doofy enough to believe that Playboy wants you to shove a finger in your butt.
You know
Now,
what?
how far away was the pictures from when you showed the guy at the mechanic shop? How much time had passed? How many years or months or days had
Months,
gone by?
maybe.
Just, so it was fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh enough that I was bringing it around the horn of the comedy scene.
Yeah.
You know what's like really funny about that is her asking you to take pictures of her naked was probably a move for her to like for you to make a move on.
No,
it.
it was not.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No.
No, I know, and I'm bad at picking up signal for sure.
Me too.
I've learned that historically. I've got a lot of that on Facebook later. Like, can't believe you didn't ask me to
Yeah.
hang out.
I've got a
She
lot
was
of that
taking
shit.
photos going, I could never
But-
do this with anyone else.
I'm telling you, it was completely like treat me like a girlfriend who was taking it. There was no.
You don't want the full Terry Richardson experience?
No, I even got a thing where she came to see a comedy show of mine once. It was still Black Circuit comedy I was doing. This girl,
Yeah.
and she. To put a button on that last thing, the boyfriend never came over. But when I thought he was coming over, I took the pictures. And this is good ultimately, but I cut them up with the scissors and flushed them down the toilet.
Nice.
Because in my mind I was like,
Such a dramatic.
in my
way-
mind, but in my mind I was like,
Like a
am I
social
actually gonna?
security number.
I was like, am I gonna be in trouble for having these just as like somebody else, like revenge porn type shit, whatever that was before it was
I
called.
flushed them.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Pictures of
like
my
Karen.
dad.
Yeah, like
So I
an old
flushed them.
credit card.
I flushed them.
Like Karen and
I didn't even. That's such a weird. Like, I like that you didn't. Cutting them up and throwing them out was enough. You're like, they need to be individually flushed down the. It was
that girl-
26 flushes, and they all
That
must
girl-
have fucked up your piping.
That girl, for as not close as we are, we have so many weird. She came with me to an early black show gig I did in Atlantic City at a club where they stopped the dancing for comedy. And the only thing I remember,
God.
I remember this is one of my favorite things in comedy. Me and my stepfather always laugh at this. Rich Voss was on the show, and I looked at him as much at that point. He was been on Def Jam, so I knew him as like in the black circuit, especially. He was like one of the white guys,
Yeah.
that like killed. And he was talking to a guy in the audience in that show. I'll remember this till the day I die. He goes, sir, he goes, you're a black dude. Let me ask you a question. And the guy goes, I'm not black. And Voss goes, what do you mean you're not black? The guy goes, I'm Irish. And Voss goes, what are you, a leprechaun? And it killed. Like the guy laughed. Everyone was just done in the right tone. And it made me laugh so hard. I remember that. But that girl came to that gig with some of her clubby friends.
I'm not gonna need more beers.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get another round.
Please.
And when I drove her home, she lived in the same
Bring
like
two,
housing.
Alex.
Bring a soft blanket.
Am I yapping too much?
Do you have a,
No.
I'm
Mike's-
kidding. I
do you have a strobe
can't
light?
talk. Every once in a while, I feel like the dad I never had is with me, and I'm feeling great. And then other times, I'm just bereft of all
Dude, I know
endorphins.
exactly how you feel. Just that shaky head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what I'm doing on the podcast.
Once I
Your
put a-
podcast. I'll keep in mind.
Put a finger in someone's mouth and just like, oh yeah, there we go. That
Oh God, that was a bell. That was a bell.
that
Don't
a
miss
bell?
the bell. That was a bell.
Oh shit, shit.
Harrington, wait, by the way, come on camera for a sec, just so that people can see, because we
look
talked
great, dude.
at great lengths about your thing.
You look great.
You look great for a guy who's dying.
Like 11 bells just went off, Alex.
No,
what
that
are we
was-
doing?
that
That was
was-
just
I think
one.
we went
I think
early. We
one
went
of them
early.
was
We
a
went
text
early.
message.
We went early. We went early. That's all
We've
right.
just been doubling up because Alex has been in a frantic conversation with somebody.
also getting texts.
All right, look at this.
Just
Is
a
this is the
WhatsApp group
Harrington thing? In case anybody was wondering what. And turn around, dude, because the back swoop is what we were really
it's
zeroing
terrible.
in on. There's so
terrible.
much of it.
Is
That's
that a
bad.
Topher Grace tattoo?
No, what does it say? Prophet.
Oh,
Prophet.
I thought it said Topher.
He believes in Muhammad.
Harrington,
yeah.
please leave her sit. I'm telling this Desiree saga.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
do
Thank you
look
very
like
much.
You look like a guy selling oxy.
Harrington, you
for sure.
At
Harrington-
spring break.
You are a boardwalk drug dealer.
That's it.
You look like a guy protesting a mansion that Don Johnson's going to come into.
you look like what I imagine the chain smokers look like.
Yeah,
your hair is perpetually kind of wet, which makes me uncomfortable.
You look like a German DJ.
You're malnourished.
Gesaffelstein.
You need to sort that out. You're malnourished, dude.
All right,
wasting
buddy.
away.
Thanks for appreciating
Thank
it.
you.
Oh boy, oh boy.
That's okay.
We trashed him for a full minute.
I did that. I did that thing. I was in Vegas for the first time, and you know how they have all those hookers, like the pictures of the hookers and escorts all over the ground and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, and I picked one up while my parents were walking, and I went back to the hotel and I just jerked off to it for
Hell yeah.
whatever.
Nice.
And then my sister was
And you love picking stuff off the ground and using it.
yeah, and Coke,
like Bear
street
Grylls.
Coke.
He found street coke.
I jerked off to Woods porn before.
Anyway, but I
What?
Woods.
When you find a porn mag in the woods,
Oh, yeah.
it's wet from something.
Bit of blood.
But anyway,
take it home.
I was staying in a room
Yeah,
with
I've
my
done that
sister,
too.
and I heard her come in. I was like in mid jerk off, and I flushed the picture. I went, and
Oh,
I
no.
put it in the toilet, and I flushed, and I went, bye forever. And then my sister used the bathroom, and apparently the picture didn't go down the
no.
thing, and it just floated up perfectly, just showing that woman.
A girl's tits.
Yeah,
I think you're shitting prostitute ads.
I actually said I said something to my dad.
Colum.
I just remembered this. I said something to my dad about those posters, and he went, "They're never that woman."
No, of course not.
I know, but it's weird to hear your dad say that.
What do you
to
mean?
They're never the woman on the.
Oh yeah, of course. I remember when the first time I went to London. I went to London with my family. It was like the first time I'd ever been abroad. I was like I think like 13 or 14 maybe or something. And we went to London. And I remember on like those red stereotypical phone booths that they have, they were
Yeah.
just like we walked in to like take like, oh, we're tourists kind of pictures, and inside was just littered with women with, I'm talking like those exaggeratedly big tits, like the ones that look like
basketballs.
like two sock 'em boppers. Yeah, like the
hentai,
ones,
yeah.
the
Terrible
ones where
tits.
I had never seen tits that size before, and were fully uncensored. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, I just like had that thing where you're like posing for a picture, but being like, can I grab them? Like they're all like little business.
They never
cards.
look good, too. It's like you drew a face on a deflated balloon and then blew it up, and it looks warped and not what you...
Yeah, so they stretch the nip until it turns white.
Yeah.
It's odd.
like
good to
old
me.
dog poop.
Wait.
It just changes color.
I don't want to lose. That story with Voss wasn't the end of the thing. I drove that girl home, and she was dressed for a club, and she was, I mean, unconscious almost in the ride home. And when we got back to her place, she half woke up and told me if I could like help her get in. And I took her in. She changed her clothes from butt naked into a t-shirt
Right
and
in front of you?
asked me to hang.
Oh.
Like kind of like hang here, and she was so she was so out of it that I was just like, nah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
See, that's a thing where you go.
I stared for
I don't
about
wanna
20
risk
seconds too long.
temptation.
I just stared for 10 seconds. No, because I was like, this is the thing. It's like in the next station, to be like, we shouldn't have done that kind of thing.
Yeah.
100%.
come
No,
on,
dude.
man.
Yeah, but
That's-
who cares about that?
That's the best
Because
version
the
to tell
next-
on a podcast
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
No, and that's a defining moment.
Sometimes
in
you
your
gotta
life.
lie about a story's ending to get.
Oh my God, I wish.
And then I went home all over her tits.
But that's one of those moments, a defining moment of your life where you're like, am I a sleazebag? Like, am I a piece of shit? This is the moment. And you go as much as I could, and I would.
A good friend of mine who's the person who told me I should start comedy, and she's always kind of come around to all my shows. She's great. She's a dear friend of mine. But like when I was young in comedy, I came back from New York to like headline like a shitty club or something. And she came to the gig, and it was in a hotel. And she came in and hung out. We were hammered, and we started like making out and started to hook up. And DeRose and our friend Josh Wade left the room so we could hook up, and we were going for and the pants were off. It was getting ready to happen, and DeRosa and this guy knocked on the door, and they were like, "Hey, we need to come in."
They rang the bell.
Yeah. They came in to grab money or I forget what it was, but whatever it was, I was like, "Guys, get out of here! Like this is like kind of happening." And they looked over at her and they were like, "Dude, she's passed out." And I was like, "No, guys, she's acting passed out because of you."
Forget everything I said before.
But genuinely, she passed out like from the time I went to go answer the door. You know what I mean? Because we were like making out actively.
Yeah.
So like, I think she was just that.
It was
drunk.
all you.
As soon as I walked away, just
I think she was actually just swallowing her
Oh
tongue.
yeah.
She was having a series of.
But I'll tell you, but they came back and they said she's asleep. I go, no, she's not. She's just acting asleep because you're here. And I made him leave the room again. And then I was like, as soon as I walked back over to her, I was like, oh, no, she's asleep. So it's funny. I covered her up. I put her under covers, and I slept on top of the covers. And what's cool about Joe and Josh, they busted in the door like 30 seconds later, and they were like, dude, that girl's asleep. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, I know. Like, she's fine. But
We don't let that happen right there.
Yeah.
Comedians are good.
But that girl Desiree, the one I took the pictures of, this is my last thing of her. I'm so sorry. I'm on
I
Molly
love
and
this,
drinking.
No, I like it.
Desiree,
What a hero.
Desiree, early in my career too, was to do all the black shows. The black circuit had these gigs called there were ski trip shows, and they are a terrible idea to perform at.
Well, black people can't ski.
That is true. They don't go to ski. They go to just fucking have to dominate a hotel up in the mountains and fuck and wild fuck.
Dude, that's...
They pick
I
a
love
region
that.
in which most people are sleeping, and they go, "This is ours."
No, it's all them, and
That hotel
it's
going down, motherfucker.
like Ithaca, Binghamton. They just dominate a Holiday Inn Express, and they have and they do a part of the package for the ski because no one skis. Everyone just goes to fuck, and they have a comedy show as part of it. And 100% of the time, they paid great for a young comic, but you were getting robbed because they would get these crazy budgets, and then the talent or Rob Stapleton or whoever would call you and be like, hey, you want to do this gig? It's $700. And you're like, wow. And if you do 2 in a night, $1,400.
Great.
And a 3-year comic, you're like, that's fucking bananas. So I'm like,
Great during COVID.
Yeah.
I'd go fucking do, I'd
Glory
go,
days.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
do
So-
you have the numbers still?
So I'd go do them, and they were just terrible shows. But me and Kevin Hart went once to do one.
Who's that?
He's a comedian still.
Yeah.
I think he's got something on Netflix.
Got an app.
But me and Kev drive up to do a ski trip show, and I go, you know what? These ski trips are so wild, but they're all black, and none of them ever make me feel like I'm going to get laid, even though everybody is.
Right.
And so I go, you know what? Let me bring Desiree, because I also in the black circuit, I knew how to do well in those shows. For the most part, I knew how to like go and like kill in like a fucking environment like that. So
excuse me, just for detail, and I never thought to ask this until this moment.
Sure.
Was Desiree black?
no,
Okay.
very Italian,
Tell her name.
very Italian.
What was that, Brennan?
Oh, What? So part black.
She's a mother now. Yeah, 20 years ago. She
I'm running out of beer again, by the way.
It's all right.
too.
We got more
So, you
coming.
know.
she so
Just so you know, I don't want to
I go
fuck up this system.
Well,
I
I'm
go-
currently doing that, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm out. I had
See?
to pee, but my body swallowed it.
It's
Good.
It's coming down your forehead.
You're working at 100% efficiency. I'm so sorry. I feel like the story's already so
I love
boring.
this.
No, it's good.
But
This
Desiree-
is someone needs to talk, and I'm glad it's you.
Desiree goes, I invited her to come to the ski trip show because I go, the environment is so like everyone's fucking, but I'm never getting laid at these things with a bunch of like black women. It never happened. So I'm like, let me bring Desiree and maybe like she'll hook up because she'll see me do well. And
Also, are you guys staying there that night?
Yes, overnight.
Okay, yeah.
Same room though with Kev. We share a room. So that was a little tough, but Kev was like, "Nah, don't worry, I'll be partying and stuff." So we do the show. It goes good.
Thank you,
I
Alex.
think she just got breast implants, which was a mistake.
Too big?
Oh my god.
Everything about this girl
She
rocks.
had great small titties. I can show you on Facebook. Yeah, I'll show you on Facebook.
Is there? There's got to be a part of you that's like,
They were great small tits.
I can't believe this girl didn't fuck me.
It did seem like that. Well, here's what was so funny. So we do the show. Actually, I don't think I did very well, which already sucks. Like I didn't even impress her. I think with the comedy. And we go back to the room and we're just watching HBO and Kev keeps popping in. He comes in the room at one point. At one point,
Hey, man, let me just say this real quick.
My uncle was at a funeral.
And at one point, changed but in front of both of us real quick. And one thing about Kev, I've got several stories of this fucking thing flopping into my life. But Kev is 5'3", I think, 5'3" or 5, and he's got a 10-inch dick. So soft that thing's rocking like a thick 6.
So he's changing dick first in front of you?
In front of us, and it's just like, oh,
With his
man.
abs and everything?
Yeah, everything. The whole deal. And I think, significantly heavier than I am now.
And he probably murdered that night too, right?
He leaves, keeps leaving the room, going to room-to-room parties. And Desiree is sitting there, and we're almost just like, hey, you want to get in clothes to just get in bed and whatever? And she's like, yeah, sure. She goes to the bathroom. And again, she was never really throwing me any vibe that this was going to happen, but I was like, maybe we're going to get to the point we're going to see.
Yeah.
She goes in the bathroom. Lie or not, she just goes, ah, shit, I got my period. She yells it out. And then we sat in the room the rest of the night. I'm telling you, every hour Kev came in the room to get more condoms. Or he was like, yo, on the 3rd floor, you go room to room, and they just suck your dick when they open the door.
And you're spooning, watching fucking The Notebook together.
Not even. I didn't even make a cuddle because we didn't get to the point of the cuddle even where it was like, let's cuddle and watch a movie and see what she would have done that. She would have done that.
She's like, I feel gross. Get away from me.
I'm shedding.
But even with the period thing, the idea of the period thing is just in your head. You're like, worst case scenario is she's lying and she's just saying that to not do anything. She realized she's in a situation where it was like, oh, that.
She has red food coloring. She's like, oh, I got my period.
I'll throw this out to the group so I don't talk, and because I have a good story of this. What's the lengths you've gone through to not fuck somebody who wanted to fuck? Did you ever get too deep in a situation and you're like, oh, shit, they want to fuck?
I have a story about that. And I might have... Did I tell the story about when a girl walked in when I was in the bathroom on this show? Did I ever tell you that, guys? I was
yes, you have told that on the show.
Then I won't. But
damn it. Tell me after the show, please.
I'll tell you after, yeah. I want to tell it right now.
Just tell it.
I don't know.
All I want to do is
doesn't know.
hear it and scream.
I was in college. I
want to hug you. I want a lot of feelings I have.
I was in college and I was doing shows, and after the shows I went to this house party in Brooklyn in this apartment and whatever. And everybody was shit-faced because I showed up super late. So I'm just rushing beers. Yeah, I'm trying to do catch-up. And so now I have to pee because I'm drinking all these beers. I go into the bathroom. I forget to lock the door. This girl walks in, follows me, and I go, I'm so fucking clueless. And I just go, I'm in here.
Shitting.
Occupied. Occupado.
He does Ellen's old bit where he's like, don't open the door. I'm in here, please.
And she goes, no, I know. Do your thing.
No, I'm a whore.
And I go, and it does hit me. It hits me that I go, okay, this girl wants to fuck. The fact that she went, no, I know, do your thing. I was like, all right,
no.
there's a part of me that's like, okay. And
you want to watch Daddy pee?
Does she walk in and just watch you piss?
well, I go, I'm still like, okay, because she's hammered. She's like, no, go, fucking do it anyway.
Yeah. Piss in front of me.
She just
pussy.
wants to.
And I might have had like two.
Make poop. I don't care.
And I'm
I like
like,
the splashback on your shins.
You want a Blumpkin?
I'm incredibly sober.
She's like trying to lean on the fucking hand dryer.
She's like, no, it's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, all right, because I do want to get laid. So I'm like, okay, and I take my dick out to pee, and at this point, there's something happened to me in college where, I mean, I'm over it now, but I just couldn't pee in front of people.
Stage fright.
I couldn't pee when people were in the room,
Of course, yeah.
or anything like
A
that.
lot of people like that.
Do you not like
Soda
your dick?
shares that.
And so I'm like, my dick is out, I'm holding it, and I just go, okay, no, you gotta go. And I
You
go,
still do that, by the way.
I'd still
Every
be
time
like,
I've
oh,
ever
no.
walked into a bathroom with him, he's gone into the stall.
fuck. I keep forgetting to pour it. Yeah, I go
I'll
to
do
the
that.
stall.
I'll stall if I'm with
course.
another guy.
Oh, yeah.
If I walk in with a buddy, I'll go stall.
Dude,
Yeah.
if some fucking
Same.
belligerent drunk chick wants to fuck me and I'm pissing,
Here's
there's no
the
way
thing.
I'm just gonna be like,
Here's
yeah.
the thing.
You like
I
that
think,
stream,
I feel
bitch?
like I remember you telling us, and I still have a feeling, and of just going from drunk white girl that I knew growing up knowledge, I still feel like she was placating you because she wanted to cut the line to pee next.
That is a good point, but there
So
wasn't
she was like,
a
"Go
line.
ahead, do your thing." I
There
just wanna
wasn't
make
a
sure
But I
line.
think she may have been willing to do anything to cut.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's true. But
How
there
much is
wasn't
2
a line
minutes of
when
your
she
life
walked
worth?
in.
There wasn't a line.
girls-
There wasn't a
minute of your
line.
life?
There was no line.
A line had formed while we were in there.
But
Oh,
But
shit.
it may have been enough girls in there. She didn't want to boot up
That's true.
and
Listen,
But-
Mike is very suspicious that the girl wanted to fuck
That no one wants to fuck.
He's
Right, right.
really like, nah, I gotta get to the bottom of this.
I'm just poking holes in theories. you know?
she was
like-
looking for cock. I'm with you. I believe
She
in
saw
you.
Brendan's dick and
An
said,
unlikely
basically
scenario.
a pussy. I feel safe.
So
Oh, did she ring? Did I miss it?
Yeah, it just rang.
So I go, hey, you gotta go, and she goes, no, it's I'm not. She goes, just go, and I go, I can't do it with you in the room. You gotta go. And she goes, and I start pushing her out, and she turns around and blocks the door.
Oh, yeah.
And goes,
Nice.
Goes, okay. And she says her name, which I forgot her name, but she goes,
Nice.
I'm Stephanie or whatever. I'm Sarah, and I don't know why I said Stephanie. That's
Formerly.
my fucking sister's name.
Yeah.
Formerly Steve.
I knew that. I knew that. I know your category.
Yeah.
You porn?
Yeah. I used to be Rick.
Why won't you pee step, bro?
You ever see a pretty girl pee standing up, Brandon?
We're not blood related, so it's hot. You know?
And I go, nice to meet you. You
Damn.
have to leave. And as I open the door and I let her out, she turns to a whole line of people waiting there, and she goes, "This guy's a faggot," and just kept and went into the party.
Wow.
She said that. She went, "This guy's a faggot," and I went,
Yes,
Jesus, man.
Stephanie rules.
Did you pursue her afterwards and be like, "I'll fuck you dry" afterwards? or anything?
I'll splint it in soft.
Never saw her again. She went into the night.
Have you had to run from a girl before?
Run from a girl?
Or, just something where you
My-
have to get out of it. You're like, oh, shit, she's
can I
expecting
just-
something, and we're here.
I may
my
have told-
virginity.
Really?
Yeah. I
think it doesn't count.
got
then.
raped. No, no. It was just one of those things where I was.
Oh, that's right.
I was
we've all
dating.
been
I was
raped.
dating a girl, and we were. I was about to go to college, and so I was like, this isn't going to work." And so the move here, I thought this is how analytical I always was. Where I'm like, I played all the situations, and I realized the best move for me is to break up with her now before I go to college. God damn it! Because there's no way. If we have sex, we're gonna move. We're gonna get a lot closer in terms of our relationship. It's gonna be a lot harder to break this off. So I go, let's break.
For her.
Yeah.
Gay.
So I go, let's.
I don't want to catch feeling.
Once I imprint, it's impossible.
Let's try
for
and
them
break
to move
up.
on.
Yeah, let's try and break up now. So then I tried to do that, but then meanwhile,
need
I
another
start.
beer.
How are we? We're all in the
More
same
beers.
shot glass. How does some people have more? Oh, because you guys had starter beers. That's
Nah,
why.
you're cheating.
I
You're
sent
cheating.
Frank to get more beers because we only have like 4 left after.
What?
We
you
need a
got.
few more.
I
I
have
think
20.
they-
I have 20. I bought 24.
Your shot
Is there
glass.
another?
This one's got 2 more shots.
I think your shot glasses are 2
This
ounce
is my
shots.
last shot. So I'll go.
Your
should I
shot-
go grab the other.
No, I'll get them. Don't worry.
Us.
I think your shot glasses are 2 ounce shots.
Maybe. Let's get
And you
crazy.
probably- what
Let's
did
just
you-
keep going till the beer's gone,
What-
boys.
What did you count for?
What?
1 ounce shots or 2 ounce shots?
Listen, if you think I started counting, I'm in the middle of a story.
I was trying to give you an out. What are you, mixologist?
I was counting to 60.
I liked it.
Ding.
So I
Counting 3.
I was planning on breaking up with a girl, and I just needed to wait until people who've listened to this
thank you,
podcast in the
thank you.
beginning have probably heard this before. But actually, only since the first episode. If you listen to episode number 1, you know. If not, then you don't. I was waiting to break up with this girl after a house party. Went to a house party, and then we started drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Nice.
And
Did
then,
you break into a 2-guy, 2-girl dance battle like Kid and Play's house party?
dude, it was an Asian kid named
Oh, you can dance. Now you can dance.
But his name was
Guys on the,
I don't remember
on
his
the low,
first name.
Asian guys.
Oh,
fucking
unreal.
I don't remember his first name, but his last name was Wong, and he had he lived like kind of close to us, but his family was super rich.
Let's make up a myth about him, dude. Let's make he's one of the original Jabberwockies or something.
Perfect. That's exactly who he was. And so he was. God
Sorry,
damn
I feel
it.
like I'm yapping. in too much. I'm sorry.
Please.
You're supposed to be.
So he.
Do you want to host the
broadcast.
show?
Yeah.
Can we give you the show?
So we had a. He was very rich. So he had this fucking awesome house, and he was stereotypical like guy who is not from here who wants to get friends. So when his parents go out of town, he's gonna throw a mild, modest house party and kind of gain some new friends, which of course turned into like 63 people immediately. And people are punching holes in his walls.
Yeah.
No one is in any way. Oh yeah, no,
happened in my- yeah.
in Long
I
Island,
thought
no less.
that was only a party in Weird Science.
Yeah,
I've never gone to someone's house and been like, "Fuck this place." I'm
no,
gonna
but
shit in
but
their
listen,
mom's
it doesn't
bed.
Long
start. It
Island?
doesn't start that way. It always starts normal, but then in Long Island, as people get drunk, cliques start breaking off. There's
Right.
fights. There's what
In
the
fairness,
fuck are you
I've
doing?
never had a party where people there weren't like I knew them. Ever. I didn't just have like someone's having a party and people just go to it. I've never.
It's very rare to go to a like I in Long Island we would go to parties where all of our friends are there. But when you were at parties where you didn't really know anybody, or they were like people in high school
Multiple
that you were kind of
schools.
like you're in high school and you're like I don't really hang out with them, but they're here. The fists start flying.
Yeah.
I'm too socially awkward to ever even attended something like
No,
that.
it doesn't take much. So we all go there and we're drinking, and my buddies and I told my friends, which I to this day still try to blame them, but I go I'm breaking up with this woman tomorrow. So for the love of God, because the day after, so it was like the party, the day after was our 1 month anniversary.
Oh Jesus!
So I was like, we got to break up, otherwise it'll be an anniversary. We'll get closer. It'll be a whole thing.
You're really worried about getting close to people.
Yeah, for sure. Don't touch me.
You thought you were
And
going to
so I was
get too emotional. He goes, the feeling inside of you was something I've never experienced. I long for your inner heat.
I also didn't know why I said
Your
"Oh
inner
Jesus"
heat.
to 1 month. I was like, "Oh, gee, you criminal."
Yeah. So I was. So I was like,
Good as Mary.
Pounded her out for a month.
yeah. So I was like, we're gonna end this, but I just got to get it through this party. I don't want to ruin the vibes of the party, So I go, not a big deal. We'll get through the party. I start drinking these Mike's Hard Lemonade, or maybe it was Smirnoff Ice, whatever the fuck. They were both the same thing, right? I get through 6 or 7 of them. I get into a race
That's
of
what
how
you're supposed
many.
to feed teenage girls to fuck them.
Yeah.
You're not drink yourself in the courage to
He's
fuck
at a
them.
bar going, yo,
So I'm almost telling my friends, I'm like,
Another Zima, please.
I gotta go do something I never wanted to do.
keep me away from her so I don't,
I'm about to ruin this girl.
Call me
Forever.
call me the Hyman Buster. I'm gonna take this sugary fucking bottle of juice.
this carbonated lemonade, and so
Yeah, another one.
I just go, don't.
I'm gonna go make
God
a
damn
child
it.
a woman.
I was like, no, you shouldn't. I said another one.
I also want to say these are going down so much easier. I feel like I can go for another round.
Good, yeah.
This is
the fact
easy.
there's 14 more, it's easy.
Yeah. Well,
The
no, we
back
didn't start.
of my
We didn't start.
head
at,
hurts from smiling so much.
It's good though.
we didn't
Yeah.
start
That's
at
a good thing.
0, but I
we
know
have to,
There's about 20 more.
there's 20 more. All right, but
All right,
it'll
well,
catch
We
up.
should do. I mean, we can't, but you should
shit, I
do the
think
last 5 for the 300th episode. The last 5 like vodka shots or something.
No, we shouldn't do that. That's terrible. But I think what we should do instead is
Maybe the last 2 or 3.
Well,
Sag.
yeah.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
Yeah, we're
Jay.
2 years older.
That's
Yeah,
that's a wild thing
Yeah,
to throw
I think
out.
what we do is we
Sorry,
just
you
keep
old
going until
bitches.
let's keep going until the beers are gone. There's not that many.
You
more.
old man.
But I think we just
I didn't know we were in a nursing home right now.
So I end up whatever the fucking I'll get to the point of this for people who are, bring those bad boys in.
Christine's here. Christine, give a thumbs up. Are we doing good?
Is this okay?
Am I yammering too
Yeah,
much?
we're doing
Christine's
great.
outside?
Oh, damn it.
I guess it
Guys,
ain't that
I
great.
love it. I think it's great.
Alex, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Okay, good.
Okay,
How are
so-
you, Mike Cannon?
It's, ebbs and flows.
Alex, should I just shut the fuck up or what?
Never,
No,
literally never.
We haven't even done ads. Or, I mean, the plugs. in the
Yeah,
middle.
let's get to that after this. So
shit,
I
we
go,
got the
fucking
daddies.
thank you, Frank, you're the
We
best.
got the daddies now.
So I end up going. We're just gonna break up.
Hey,
It's
I'm
gonna
double
be-
parked.
We're gonna break up. It's gonna be fine. We're cool. Seven Smirnoff Ice or Mike's Hard Lemonades come in. I go. It's time to get out of here. All of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm making out with her. I tell my friends, keep me away from her. But of course, she's my girlfriend. So we're going to get close. I'm getting drunk. We're going to have a good time.
Also, there's nothing hotter.
Not to keep away from her, but like kind of like a don't let me disappear with her and we'll be okay.
Mike, can we just take a second?
What?
Mike's palms are so sweaty that
They're glistening.
You've pruned your fingers with sweat.
That's your hand?
I'd also like to say before we
This is my hand.
No,
I'd like to say,
you just
let's
held
not-
Oh,
the
I did
phone.
just touch my water.
let's not worry about Christine's opinion because I forgot she also took Molly, so she is just talking Mike's ear off about God knows what.
System of
about
Down.
tank tops.
So
She goes, "Do you know System of a Down has some demo stuff that like a lot of people haven't heard before?"
yeah, they did a cover with Lynn Straight from Snot, who's dead.
You got to hear the studio versions of Toxicity because the songs really evolved, but they are gritty.
I have wax for your back.
Guys, Christine says that Mike thinks that she's interesting,
Oh, all right.
which is
Mike's
definitely
just
true.
saying
Mike's
that.
got his
Who,
tag coming
No.
out of his
Harrington?
tank top, okay?
Harrington's about to jog
yeah,
back the other way, wherever
Yeah.
he came from.
Mike wants me to like him, and I do.
Can I finish my story?
do like
everybody?
Christine is interesting.
Stop brown nosing. All
right.
Harrington, be honest.
Oh my God, Christine's
So-
gonna talk fucking producer tech with him.
Did you know System of a Down used to be call System of a Up? A lot of people don't know
A
that.
lot of people
God
don't know
damn,
that when they
so
used to
close.
perform at like backs of libraries and stuff. When they were performing at late overnight 24-hour Denny's.
I need a. I just did a shot. I did it.
All right. So, I mean, whatever.
there-
I mean,
is there
we're,
more
we're
napkins?
losing focus here.
No,
But
I can tell you right where you're
yes.
at, dude. You're fucking at the party. Your friends didn't want. You said you'd keep them away from you, but you are alone with her.
So we
you
start. We were
gotta
alone
be-
with her.
you
We
got
start making
close.
out. She does the Instagram. Let me lead you to here place. We go up these spiral steps that has one of the most expensive and beautiful looking chandeliers I've ever seen in my life.
Gaudy.
Can I tell you?
Gaudy.
Hate spiral steps. Hate them. I think they're
What do
the
you
worst
get,
in the
vertigo?
fucking
They're
world.
gauche. They're gauche. If I could be honest, they're gauche.
What did you say? Do you have vertigo? Yeah, I get up.
Yeah.
No, I know what he's saying because your instinct is to walk on the inside, and they're 3 inches wide over there.
Yes.
And for a big guy, you're bound to
got
fall
big
looking at an
feet.
ass in front of your fucking friends.
Yeah.
What a
I
fucking-
grew up with a spiral staircase in my home, so I knew to
Oh,
run
the
on the
laddie.
outside.
Fuck
Hi.
your dad.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
We have
Sorry,
never
my-
known
Laddie,
that
dad.
before.
Did you grow up in
Oh.
a firehouse?
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
My
Getting on a
parents.
pole on the way out.
Sorry, my parents weren't dentists.
Guys, that was a ding.
What?
That was a ding. Only Feeney.
Oh,
I drank. I just
Recognized.
drank.
Nice.
Sorry.
Good to Alex being a school teacher all of a sudden.
there's a fucking ding.
Guys,
We
that
go
was a
up-
ding. I felt it.
All right.
We
I
go-
feel really bad for interrupting you now.
We go up
keep
there.
going.
So you're
Yeah.
about to go rape the girlfriend you don't want.
No, the opposite. I'm being raped. That's the narrative we're gonna. No, we were both drinking, and as she should and would as a girlfriend of a person who's been around for a month, we decide we go up into this room that was a full like. Listen, and for all how nice this guy's house was, beautiful shell of a home, large.
Spiral staircase.
7 bedrooms.
Yeah,
It felt
2
like
stairs.
it was
Wow.
very.
When there's
very,
7 bedrooms, if you end up in bedroom 6 or 7, though, you are in what can only look like a crack den.
Now,
Just
that's-
unfurnished and sad.
I'm
No
so happy
windows.
that
the
you
West
said that.
Wing.
I'm so happy you said that.
I'm wishful thinking house hunting right now.
I'm so happy you
true.
said that because the bedroom we ended up with was a mat
I went out of the city. Sorry.
was a mattress on the ground.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
mattress on the ground. Crack den is a great description.
That was
of it.
my bed when I was 23. I just had the box spring and the mattress ground level.
No
It was
box
awesome.
spring.
Oh, okay.
But it
It's
was
not going to ruin your chances of getting laid. I'll be honest. Christine told me she banged a guy in a bathroom, on a mattress in a bathroom once.
mattress in a bathroom.
Yeah, she woke up in the morning. She didn't see him again. But just so you know, she has class, and she didn't see him again.
I
See him again. So, I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
So,
Yo, Brendan, what were you saying?
I did.
didn't hear what you said.
Brendan's got
Nothing.
he's so impatient from
now
his
it's
previous
past.
story.
Now it's past.
Sorry,
so it
Sagalow, what were you
doesn't
saying?
matter. No, it's fine.
But so we end up doing the deed, and it was I'm proud and embarrassed of this, which was
Great.
my first time having sex. 45 minutes. First time, which
Damn.
exactly. Here's the thing: when you're in high school and you tell people that, they're like, "Fucking nice, dude." When you get to like 27 and
Longest
older,
45
people are
minutes of
like,
your life.
"Ugh."
The
that
the
sucks."
chick's definitely over it in 2030.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing:
yeah,
she
yeah.
wasn't a virgin.
Oh, yeah.
I was a virgin, and we only
a fucking
stopped
toughie.
because her mother kept calling.
I faked
on their
coming.
cell phone, being like, "Where are you? You gotta get home."
I faked.
Curfew.
I faked coming on my first.
Faked coming.
On my first time, yeah, because it was just taking too long, and I was just like, I just wanted to go tell people more than I wanted to finish what we were doing.
fake
Like, I got it already, and I knew I
My
wasn't
biggest fear was the coming, like, American Pie style, because American Pie came out when I was a senior in high school.
Fast, you're worried about.
So it completely changed my entire perspective. Like, I had to be like, whatever you do, you can't come early because that's embarrassing.
Oh, dude, I took
Can I
a
tell you the
girl's...
beauty of an average dick is that after you come, it'll pop back up pretty quick.
Not that much of a travel for the blood.
Fucking fat man taekwondo.
The fake coming is the worst acting I've ever done. Every time I fake come, they call me out on it.
Dude,
And it's only been a couple
What do
times.
you go? Do you go, ew?
Zoinks! Come!
I know a guy in college who used to, like, for his friends, fuck loudly just because it was hilarious.
Good dude.
And at one point, he just literally yells, he goes, I'm coming!
Like He-Man?
Like He-Man.
Joe DeRosa has a killer story about fucking a girl who yells when she came, Joe DeRosa is fucking me. It's one of my favorite things ever.
The only time I've ever faked coming is after I've come.
Yes.
So you're fucking a girl,
Yes.
and you're like, uh-oh. And then she's like going at it, and then you're coming, and
Yeah.
she doesn't realize you're coming. So you're trying to like...
You can only do that if you have a condom.
You're
Too, by the
fucking...
way, it's impossible to
I've
fake.
done. You're wrong. I've done a full fucking jerk off to completion, quote unquote, over a girl's boobs, and just been like, I guess nothing really came out. Sorry,
Yeah, 'cause you grabbed
I
your
jerked
hand
off
and-
yesterday. Or whatever.
You yawned and sort of rubbed it on the back of your head.
No, they know. I had a
But I've done good acting where you do like the.
No, what happens? So you're with this girl.
He's her heavy breathing.
She's enjoying it too much, and then you're like about to come, and she doesn't realize, but you're not just going to be like 2 minutes in going, I'm coming right now. So you go, maybe I'll just stay hard for the first time in my life.
No.
And they're on top of you, and then you go, I'm staying hard. I'm doing it. I'm
yeah.
staying hard.
And then you just slowly.
and then you go, uh-oh.
Dude.
So what's worse?
It's like a reverse dinosaur. Remember those little things
I'd
you buy and
rather-
put water on that
Exactly.
grow? You see opposite where you're like, no.
I'd rather come early than.
I've been
than
watching
say I'm
Sagalow
losing
try
my
to tell a
horn.
story for the last 2 minutes, so I'm just going to jump in with my own. I took a girl's virginity in my
great.
98
God damn it.
Malibu in
This
the
is
back
this is
seat.
a girl where you didn't want to fuck her story. 'Cause
So
I
there,
want
I
that
got
one.
two of these.
Please.
This is a fake. So this one, I took this girl's virginity. We had talked about it. She was perfectly fine with having sex in the back of my car. I put it in. I came instantly, but it was like such tight quarters that I faked a Charlie horse and then said I couldn't do it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So I
insane.
Yeah, I took her virginity with a pump fake.
She's
Maybe
like, did I
it's-
lose my virginity? Doesn't count, baby. No, I
Maybe
didn't come.
Maybe this is short, fat pud shit, but how many times in my life I've pulled out and come, like, and just, like, come, like, right, like, on the bed, right where I pull out, and just keep making out, and then just, like, fuck around for a little while, and then eat her pussy a little bit, and then, like, in 2-3 minutes, just jump back and be like,
It's hard again.
and I just go, I was just trying not to come.
Oh,
You make it
good.
seem like you're trying not to come, and you just jump back in,
that's what I would do.
But I've already come, and now
if
you
you're
last a
losing
long
it-
time.
But if you're losing it, you got to just go, rather than say, I've lost, because you're like, did you just
if I'm
come?
losing it, I shouldn't have been there in the first place.
I just turned around and
And
Alex
that's
is
one to grow on.
eating her teeth.
I want to say, by the way, as a props to everyone thought over 100 episodes, it would have been way worse. And I'm like, I'm almost 2 years older. We're I don't know how far we are into the Power Hour, but we're 56 minutes into this episode. I think at this point, 2 years ago, we already puked, you and
We
I.
threw up at
Yeah.
like 35.
We already,
What were you
we already
man.
puked.
drinking?
Dude, I could go another 4 hours.
You
I
guys,
think. I
you
mean,
guys have done so
Lucky
much
for-
problem drinking. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years, I've really honed my drinking thing. Colin, how do
Send
you feel
fucking
good?
send
feel
Cannon
great.
right into hardcore drugs.
I feel the best I've ever
I
felt.
could
I
keep
feel
going,
like-
and I don't want to stop.
And I frankly,
Lucky
I
for you
won't
guys.
stop.
I got 4 more hours of fun in me. So.
I'm gonna hit
Let's
Christine. Christine, I'm gonna hit you when this is over. But I want you to fight back.
Let's make this a centurion.
Yeah, well, we didn't start. How many more minutes of the actual Power Hour do we have, Alex?
You have,
15 or so?
I
Let's do
believe,
it. Let's
10
do it.
left or
That's
9.
it?
Wow.
Then,
Dude,
let's do
I'm
100.
like, dude, let's do, what is it, century mark? I don't know. We'll just do it to our
I don't know. Gas Digital
do it
can't
till you
afford the
die.
bandwidth.
Let's do Power Hour and a half.
I don't want to get
Digital
too far.
can't afford the bandwidth.
Sorry, guys. This is the broadcasting asshole in me. I don't want to get too far away. I want to hear Mike's being too deep with a girl and realizing you don't want to fuck her because I got a goodie of those.
Oh, beautiful.
Let's do those.
Okay, so this.
Should we talk about people?
Why am I running whatever you guys want to
Here's
do?
what I want to say.
No,
Here's what
he
I
was
say.
right.
No, wait, he is right, and we'll get to that. But first,
This is the bonfire, and
Yeah.
we will proceed.
we're gonna have killer impression after killer impression, and then if you get in,
I knew
you
I've
get
been
your
doing
words
an,
in.
I've been doing an Irish accent this whole episode.
Yeah.
me and Soder and Feeney have been playing Ghost of Tsushima, and me and
Oh, he
Soder
said
just
it's so
have
fun.
been going
It's
back
so
and
fun.
forth, just doing voices.
Yeah, and Soder does such good voices,
good
and then
voice,
Brendan
bad
also talks. So
You know
here's
what
what I'm thinking.
I always give him the props I give Dan. The props I give Dan is
I'd
that
flip
in his
this
mind,
table if it wasn't bolted down.
in Dan's mind, he can sense without hearing anything the difference between Scottish and Irish.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
do a
yeah.
Scottish person talking to an Irish person. That's where his skill
crazy.
that
Yeah, he's
blows
incredible.
my mind. I'm like, man, dude, anything that's just like white foreign eventually turns to Australian or British.
Could I tell you?
Anything
that.
Hispanic,
I could
anything
do-
Hispanic is sleepy Mexican.
I could do any impression. I could do any
for sure.
impression in the world for 7 to 8 words, and then after that, it's all
more
bets are
than-
I do
off.
lose it. My best, I do a sick Josh Adam Myers, and if he could just get famouser, that might put me over the edge.
I'm sorry, but
I'm
you need
telling
to stop
I kill
practicing
it.
that accent.
Yeah, there's another season.
Put
of,
it to bed.
Family.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I nail it.
So, but before we continue, which Mike, we're gonna get to your story. We're gonna get to Brendan's.
I forgot.
And,
No,
Jay's.
I know
my
it.
story's very short.
Doesn't
It goes
matter
back-
because we're gonna
So-
first
It goes-
go to
it
plugs.
goes.
Guys,
So, no-
everybody.
so-
God damn it.
I just did a
So
shot. I forgot.
Nobody wants to hear my Josh Adam Myers impression.
no.
I'm not gonna do it now. It's better to keep
Can you
people in
do
suspense.
your plugs as Josh
Yeah.
Adam
So
Myers?
everybody,
I will.
listen.
the only
You've been listening to
podcast-
200 episodes now.
No, are we in the middle of a story? Finish
no.
the story if we're in the middle of it.
No, we're not in the middle of anything. We were supposed to do plugs literally 30 minutes ago,
Yeah.
and we have
This is
missed.
becoming a shit
We have missed
show,
the
dude.
mark by a dramatic margin.
Never
more
before
so.
has a podcast needed like short stories, and this is the one where everyone's like,
Yeah.
I got a 45-minute one for you.
Yeah.
Sit down, relax.
So
get
I don't-
yourself comfortable, bitch.
everybody, really quickly.
With the exception of the in-betweens. With the exception of the in-betweens, this has been a very great
go.
podcast.
I'm so drunk, I don't think I can get hard tonight.
These moments are a mess. These moments are a mess, but we pull back nice. I know we will.
I love
Yeah,
it.
love it.
Everybody, if you're listening, thank you so much for supporting us. 200 episodes. We love you. Tell more people about it. Leave us a review on iTunes. God damn it. Sign up for gasdigitalnetwork.com. Code IGP.
Cocktail.
2-week free trial. And I hope you're doing the Power Hour at home with us as well. You guys, we have amazing guests. You have to follow them and find all their shit on social media. Brendan, where can people find you?
At Brendan Sagalow, Twitter, Instagram, BrendanSagalow.com for the dates that are not available ever.
Don't have
that
to
aren't
say
coming.
that. Don't have to say that.
And also listen to Garbage Days, me and Scott Chaplin, and listen to our Patreon. What's the scenario at patreon.com/scenariopod.
Awesome. And Jay.
Check out my stuff. Bonfire, me and Dan Soder on Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95, Legion of Skanks right here on Gas Digital Network, SDR show as well. Six and Jump are now on Patreon with the full video. Follow and watch along with us. Hey. Six and Jump is me, Ari Shafir, and Dan Soder going through episode by episode the show 21 Jump Street.
Nice.
Super fun. Check out my Netflix special on The Degenerate, Season 1, Episode 1. I think possibly they might have left it up. My 1-hour special, live from Webster Hall, is available on YouTube still. If not, it's on Amazon and Apple iTunes. That's all. And on the road, I might. Is this live? This is live, right?
Yeah.
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 Good. I might be in Phoenix next weekend. I keep looking at the COVID shit. I might not come. I'm just being honest. I might not come. I picked the United flight too. It's the only direct flight,
Oh,
and
God.
United's the one that's doing
United.
the. United's the one that's doing. I don't mind their. All I need is the entertainment system to be all right on a flight, so I can go to sleep. But United is doing. They don't give a shit about.
They're doing full middle seat.
Yeah, and even if I go, like, if I get bumped up or whatever, like, it's just someone right next to you. I don't know. Delta's doing a good job. United. I might end up bailing on this gig. I apologize. I'll be back if I do. But if not, I got Magooby's Joke House coming up in Baltimore.
You see that?
Or
That's how you
Timonium-
do plugs. You fucking
Timonium, Maryland, very soon. And Austin, Texas, also December, I think 10th and 11th. Josh Adam Myers. He's going to be there with me. He's going to come down.
Whoa!
He's going to
so
come
impressed
down. He's
with
going
that.
to open up and have a good time hanging out.
I gotta say,
Me, yeah.
one of the worst Josh Adam Myers I've ever heard.
Come on.
Oh, no.
I
Don't
like
you dare.
I like that.
No, it's funny. My impression of Josh Adam Myers has become Josh Adam Myers. Same thing with Lewis. Like Lewis does a Lewis voice.
Right, yes.
Justin
Josh Adam Myers
Justin
voice.
Silver does a Justin voice.
Oh, yes.
Everyone does. Josh does his own Josh voice now.
Colum, where can people find you?
At Colum Tyrrell across all social media. Check out my podcast, Big Dogs. Check out my other podcast, The Wizard of Pod. Go over to my YouTube channel, YouTube.com/Colum Tyrrell. And I'm also on Patreon if you want to give me a couple of fucking dollars just for being
Fuck yeah, buddy.
alive.
Colum's hilarious. Colum, you know, I've been on the show with you guys before, but Colum, Brendan too, man,
I think we're all
fucking hilarious guy. No, I'm saying I've been on the show with these guys. I know these guys are fucking great. But Colum and Brendan both, man, are some of the younger guys I've got to see, like over with roast battles and shit. Colum was fucking beast, and Brendan I've seen several times on stage, man. It's fucking cool, man. Check them out.
And what do you like
Hell
about
yeah.
Mike and I?
No, I don't want to do
I
that.
actually have to say, very recently before everything closed, I was blackout drunk on the stage of the Stand, and I think I ran the light by like 17 minutes.
What?
Yeah, it was really bad, and then I got off, and Jay was like, "Yeah, it was good."
Brendan
made
was
me
like,
laugh.
yes,
I
blow the
remember
light
watching you from
forever.
that sliding doors upstairs show. I remember you're making me laugh.
Brendan did a set twice.
You kept saying you were fucking. You kept saying you didn't plan to get on stage. You got shit faced at like a house or a family event or something.
I was at a high school reunion.
high school reunion. Yeah. It was fucking hilarious, dude. That was great.
Thank you.
You can go to I am Mike Feeney on social media, MikeFeeneyComedy.com. Check out shows and just go to my YouTube or social media, YouTube.com/Mike Feeney Comedy. Putting out sketches every single week, almost every single one, including Brendan the Sneaky Raccoon Sagalow. So check that out. And you already know about Patreon. What's the scenario? Dates, MikeFeeneyComedy.com. You get it.
Are you competing on YouTube for hottest guy with extreme side part hair with Ryan Long?
No, dude, he's killing it. He's got that part that he's got like what is that?
His
hair
part
called?
feels forced a
his
little bit,
his part's
though.
forced, but I'll tell you what. You can't fucking even wish for better curly hair flopping in your
Yes.
face. though.
Have you seen old pictures
curlies
of him?
flop
Do you
in
know
your
he
face.
was a drummer in a band?
an amazing drummer.
And he had
So
like
off-brand.
like mid-length
And right,
hair.
he had the problem.
He had
his
Bon
pro-
Jovi hair.
He was the problem. He was the guy that went from long hair to short hair, and like his look got almost better. Like, oh shit, this
Yeah.
guy's actually really handsome under that fucking big dumb fur.
He's a good
big,
looking guy.
dumb,
I'm thinking about
curly.
going long hair again just to
No,
cover
you
my
did the same
all
thing.
this
You-
shit.
No,
man, I like
you're
this.
doing this is
Now
is
you're
good.
crushing it.
I really like
Yeah,
this.
you've made me contemplate getting highlights before.
Well, don't
And,
ever do
yeah.
that for you. But
Yeah,
you,
well,
it
I'm
looks
looking
great.
so
But
good.
remember when
I'm
you
looking,
did it and it
it
was
looks-
like,
yeah,
oops?
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
That was awful. That was
I'm looking
the worst.
so good that my girlfriend's
That was a
dropping Molly
mental
and hitting on
illness.
Harrington all night.
Cannon, where can people find you?
I don't know.
Shut.
What is it? My dates. November 20th, I'm at Atlantic City. I'm doing the Celebrity Theater. Rescheduled that date. Tickets from the original October date are going to transfer. Brendan,
at a
you're
beer.
with
You
me.
and me?
I'm out of beer.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
let's get more beer. Is there
Get some more beer.
Community beer in the middle.
So everybody come out to that. All the
Yes,
dates
more
are at
here.
MikeCannonComedy.com. Obviously, social media at I am Mike Cannon. Do the YouTube, Mike Cannon Comedy, all that stuff. Listen to our Patreon. And just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I've never had more positive feelings about more people.
Yeah.
There should be at least 3 more
Mike,
beers left.
I'm really proud of you, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
Bring those beers out. But first,
You guys
Alex,
are both married. We're all adult guys.
hold
Can I
on.
plug just
I
one
always
more
connect with you
thing?
dudes.
All right.
Whenever we hang, I always
Before
connect with you
Alex,
dudes.
I want to give Alex everything, but like,
I want to give Alex
Thanks.
everything.
you
Dick.
deserve the
I
world.
want to give her
Balls.
the world.
You
Fist.
deserve the world. But real
Thank you,
quick, I
pal.
forgot to mention this. I will be at the Illicit Brewery in Connecticut, headlining November 19th. So
That's right.
If
Perfect.
you're
And-
there, please go there.
And Alex,
With Scott.
where
With Scott
can
Chaplin.
people find you and your beautiful soul?
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh, there she goes.
First of all, that was the last one.
Alex, I've been telling you about your beautiful soul for so long.
That was the
I love
last
you.
one?
That was
Keep
the
it
last
going.
one.
This is an hour? That was an
That
hour
was an hour.
right there?
We
Shall
might
I-
as well. We
shall
might
I-
as well finish the ones that.
Yeah,
you
let's
keep it
let's
going?
let's
Do an
do
hour
this.
and a half.
Let's
Shall I
do-
start it over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yes.
Let's do
Yes.
not
I'm
an
so
hour
sweaty.
again. Not an extra hour, but like let's
4
do
hours.
what's
Fuck it.
Till we're
what's-
done. Till we're done with beer.
Yeah, till we're done with
Right.
beers. How many more
Let me
beers
know.
are there? Just these two?
Oh, Frank just went to get some.
Yeah, we picked up those tall ones.
But
as
there's
well.
none left in the fridge?
Are
We
there
had
any more left in the
24 beers in the fridge.
Are there any more left in
I
the
have to
fridge,
pee.
Frank?
There's not 24 beers on
I
this
thought
table.
Frank went to go get some in the store.
There's some hidden.
No,
in
he did. The tall ones are the ones from the store.
Yes,
I thought he
yes,
went
yes.
again.
Oh, we could send him
We can
someone
do the Century
again.
Club.
Yeah,
I've
send
never
Frank
felt,
again.
dude. I
You know
feel
what?
like
Harrington this
I'm
time.
10 minutes in. I'm
There's
ready.
Tell him.
Can I plug?
Tell him to get one
Oh,
more.
wait.
Alex,
Sorry,
you can
Alex,
plug.
plug.
But tell him to get one more 6-pack because we got to hear Feeney's trying to get out of pussy, and I got a fucking doozer.
It was mine.
Okay,
At this point, tell Harrington.
Not yet.
Tell Harrington and Christine to just come pull up chairs and come on, man. What are we doing here? Christine's on Molly, you fucking goofball.
Don't tell
Oh.
that. Like she was
Sorry, everyone. Christine Marie Evans, Comedy Central employee. She can't do drugs. We're all getting fired eventually. Comedy Central's folding.
You heard it here first. First.
You heard it here first.
First and foremost.
First, folks. Dude, I am 48 minutes of doing this away from throwing up. I
You know
feel
what? You needed
great.
you needed
I've never
Big Jay's
felt
leadership.
better. I needed Jay's leadership and warm stories
Don't call
to
it
quell
leadership. I
everything.
don't-
Alex is raising her hand and punching the glass till it's bloody raw to tell her plugs. Go ahead, Alex.
I need to get them out. and
Broad
over.
topics like a motherfucker.
I'm about to
Thanks,
smear
Jay.
my hand on this glass like Rose in Titanic.
Yeah.
I
I'm
want to
beside
hug
you.
you so bad right now. Everybody at the table.
I want
Alex.
Molly.
Alex, we're all Stardust. Tell your shit.
you guys can.
Dust. Dust to dust like in Gladiator.
Does anyone have a dog?
You want to? I do.
I would love to pet
You
a
guys
dog.
want to go? God, you want to get out of here and rescue dogs tonight? But I mean, directly rescue them. Not to go to a shelter. I mean,
No,
like,
yeah.
let's
Yeah,
go.
save.
Let's go to fucking Bronx and just pull them out of Puerto Rican dog fights.
I'm so proud of the growth I've made in drinking over the last 2
BMW
years. I feel like a fucking hero.
All right,
Alex, what do you got?
Alex, fireman.
Forget these chauvinistic cunts.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar and check out my podcast Broad Topics TOPIX with Kim Congdon here on Gas Digital Network every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. and you can catch it for free on iTunes and YouTube every Monday.
Perfect. Now
Christine, your plugs?
Yeah, Christine,
Yeah.
get your plugs in. Hurry up. Christine, hurry now.
Christine, if you don't
I
take
will
this
be
Here we go.
opportunity,
listening to
if you don't take this
System of
opportunity
the
to plug
Down.
Bonfire, we're gonna need you when Comedy Central's gone. You need another company to hire you.
She's
Pronto.
not moving or in any way moving
She
towards
is
the
too
microphone.
busy licking a cushion.
Christine, stop making love to that cushion.
Now,
Dry humping a cushion.
let's get into Mike's got a story, and then this is like a Netflix queue. We got Mike, and then we got Big J, and then Colum.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
got
I
some
was.
stories of me raping girls. Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll be third.
Colin, have you had to escape pussy before?
I have been stuck in situations where I'm about to have sex that I don't want to have, but I've always just been like looking out the window of an Uber going, "Oh no, I'm about to have sex with someone I don't want to have
There's
sex
no
with."
way
Power
that you,
through.
as an Irish guy, haven't cleaned up in New York as a person who's like, just the accent. It doesn't matter what you look like.
That
which
accent,
is,
3:45 at a bar.
Oh, yeah.
You're
I've-
crushing.
that accent.
I've been in
cleans up.
scenarios where it's like the bartender can hear me, but I'm like, "Hey, I'm ordering an Irish drink and couple of pints." The guy's like, I can hear you.
Does
And I'm
any
like,
American girl that doesn't know any better want to join me?
Yeah.
listen to my silly accent.
Yeah, you just go, you know what day I like drinking?
Shit.
Sunday,
I don't mean it.
bloody Sunday.
Yeah.
They
I
go,
hate to
"You
make-
guys
I-
see-
I hate to-
Hello.
I hate to make this weird, but I think Christine just realized she fucked you.
do a weird thing where they just go,
Shit.
they go, "What are you gonna get? A Guinness?" And you're like, "No, cider over ice." And you're like, "Oh, hot." Hey, everybody, let's take a second from drinking as much as humanly possible to talk about one of our favorite long-running sponsors,
Blue Chew! Oh boy, if you like sex, which I do times 9 million right now, you'll like BlueChew.com.
Blue Chew offers men a performance enhancement for the bedroom. What does it like to go an extra couple rounds?
Yes, Michael, we all would. At BlueChew.com, you can get the first chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
Chewables can work faster than pills, up to twice as fast.
Hell yeah, Alex. Chewables from Blue Chew can be taken on a full or empty stomach. That's huge.
Yeah, Mike's is pretty full, but it's sloshing around, so we'll see how it mixes with everything. Online physician consult is free, so it is cheaper than those other two, Viagra and Cialis.
Listen.
It's great!
Yeah.
Blue Chew is the best, everybody. Just get it. We know we talk about it every single week on the show. It works like a charm. It works quicker than Viagra and Cialis. It's discreet packaging, so nobody knows you're a thin dick loser. It's fucking made in the USA. It gives you confidence, which we all need confidence. You and your partner will love it. Chew it and do it. Here's a great deal for you guys. Visit BlueChew.com.
That's BlueChew.com.
Oh my God. And get your first order free when you use the promo code
IG.
You just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code IG. Let's get back to the show. So I was out at this bar in Nyack, New York that is no longer there because their business was to serve children. And it was called Bruxelles. And everybody used to go there when they were back from like college break and stuff like that. And that would be where people from other schools in our county would also convene. So it would be just a wild party for Rockland County. So this one girl that I had been meeting.
From Lewistown, right?
Yes, but not from his area. From the other area.
They built a wall.
The less ethnic part.
That's right.
Yes, thank you.
But so we were in this bar, everybody's boozing, and I ran into this girl that I used to have a crush on in like middle school, and it was one of those people that I wanted to hook up with my entire life. Yeah. So we're flirting.
You're Desiree, dude.
Yes. And she was shit-faced, and I was shit-faced.
Desiree!
To Desiree.
To Desiree. So we end up like making out in the bar, and we're sloppy. We're like waiting till the end of the night to hook up. We go to her car, which is parked in the parking lot. I think I've told you this before. And we start hooking up, and I go to finger her, and I'm like, is your vagina cemented shut? Like I kept just like
Why is
hitting.
there a long 8-inch apparatus attached to your vagina?
I kept hitting the wall, and I was so drunk. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I look at her, and I was like, what's in your pussy? And she's like, I have my period. She's like, I have my period. And I'm like,
So cemented shut.
okay. And she was like,
I was going to say, actually, like, those are my nuts.
I have a
You keep trying to move. He goes, I moved the nuts out of the way. Wall.
It's just a lot of skin.
I tried ball on each ball.
Fucking wall.
she's got Barbie pussy.
Wall.
So she offers to take it out and throw it and have sex. And I like, it was like a
being
struggle.
a
tampon. Yeah, it was a full
Not her
tampon
penis?
that felt like it was in there for years. Like it was one of those
Heavy?
just bunched in, like did not feel like it had gone anywhere for a long time.
I think the first time me and Christine hooked up, she did that too, and I've been
Nice.
bothered by it ever since.
Yeah.
Didn't you wing a tampon first night we hung out?
Wing it?
Does
To whip
No, not
something
at all.
out? To whip something out?
I know.
And spin it over your head?
no.
I know.
like the pickle in Billy
Andrew-
Madison.
Here's the thing.
Like a Pollock
I know.
painting? Just
I know
around the
she
room.
thinks that I'm thinking of a different story of a different person, but I'm saying in our relationship, didn't at some point you removed some period version of something and got rid of it real quick? Yeah,
I've been,
maybe.
no,
maybe.
I've been
She
in,
knows, yeah.
I've been,
That's a
some,
yes.
I've been in scenarios with chicks, and they're like, "I'm on my period," and you're like, "Just pull it out," and you're into it, and they just pull it out, and then they're like, throw it on the floor or something, and you hear this like thud, and you're like, "Okay, now I'm out."
Yeah, and it looks like a fly trap. There's so much
It's
shrapnel hanging off.
such a
of it.
heavy ringing.
Nah,
in
it's
your
got to
ear.
be a dark fuck.
So
It's a dark fuck for sure. The old period fuck is gonna be a dark fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Depending on the day.
this is what
Yeah,
had-
wait, is this day 1 or day 6?
Dude, yes.
You go down there, you just come up looking like fucking Christian Bale in American Psycho. You're like,
I don't know the
Somebody
sign.
make a gif of that because that was the wildest face I've seen
Let
a
me
human
say,
make.
I don't know the science on this, but I think you can. If you fuck on day 6, you fuck the period away. I think if you get on the last day, I think the fucking almost is what just sends it back to that fucking that holy hell which it comes from.
I'm a starter of periods too. Whenever my wife
That's
is like
just what
kind of
they
like,
say,
oh,
dude,
you know, I feel like I'm gonna get my period. Let's knock it around. It's like stir at the bottom fruit.
No, they're lying to you. She's lying to you.
Dan and fruit on the bottom?
She's on a period. And it's like your dick's so good it just perioded out of me.
I think
You're lying.
It's my wife.
I think you broke my deepest timing.
I like fucking
My
on the
deepest time.
I like fucking on the first day, and then when I pull my bloody dick out, I go, "They're all gonna laugh at you."
What is it?
It's from Carrie, you fuck.
Come on, guys.
You uncultured bitches.
You guys don't know about 70s horror?
Yeah,
What is this
you
show
don't know
even
about
about?
the movie that was 13 years before Sagalow was born? Horror.
I'm sorry, it's a very famous
So
movie.
So just to get through it,
Hurry.
we have some sort of
Oh, there's beer coming. Can we put?
we have a
through it.
verbal
More beer
spat.
coming.
Like she calls me a homo or something similar to that, and gets like really belligerent to the point where I leave, right? And so that's not even the end of the story. The end of the story is that she apparently fell asleep immediately, and a cop knocked on her door at 6 a.m. and gave her a DUI.
Damn. Correct. That is procedure.
Because she had her keys
That's
in the
proper
fucking
procedure.
thing.
That's proper procedure, says the bell.
Says the bell.
That's
Wait,
proper procedure.
but
I guess she probably tried. She like started her car from the passenger seat. I was sitting driver for some reason, and then forgot to get in the seat, fell asleep, and a cop knocked and gave her a DUI. What's going on? Is nobody listening?
everyone,
Gave her
you have
DUI.
to just pretend, Mike. Come on, let this story.
Cop
in
knocked
Buddy,
production-
I'm on the most vulnerable drug
What
of
do
all
you-
time. I
do
feel
you know?
everything.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
weed and only weed.
No. Well, yes.
Yeah.
My
No,
girlfriend.
wait, no, wait. Colum is been cued. And then we got-
No, have not been.
Oh,
no.
never mind. He's got literally nothing.
I chew mine now.
Jay is said
I
he's
chew my
got-
little 2-minute
Yeah.
Well, now
economy of words
well, now
that
I
I
gotta-
learned over
Yeah.
the British Isles.
Now I got a period story.
Not one of those long-winded horse shit that's going
Shit.
on.
These are starting to catch up to us, huh? Oh, my phone is fucked.
I got a period story now first.
Hell yeah, dude.
Where the paper towel?
Dude, the same place where I almost hooked up with the girl who told me to try comedy. That gig.
I am all out.
That was the gig I would headline more than anything when I first started being able to headline at all.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
Rascals Comedy Club in Crown Plaza, South Jersey, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And it was great because you stayed in the hotel. It was in the lobby of the hotel.
That's
was
great.
The gig. So, like, when I did that gig, man, I just always... I mean, I was being a piece of shit in life. But, however, in the moment, I definitely wanted to get laid every time I did that gig. Because I was like, the hotel's right there. It's like an easy pull. And I had a couple times of, like, man, the reality of fucking, like, coming, changing your mind.
Instantly.
One time I said a thing. I go, everyone's leaving. I guess I'm just going to be sitting in my hotel. I'm not getting my dick sucked tonight. And the first girl says, I'll suck your dick. I brought her upstairs, and I felt terrible. Her body was so awful. And when I came, she kept like doing sexy stuff.
Ooh.
Like, you know, still like talking
that
shit and all that. And I was like,
Dirty
I
talk?
think I have to meet my friends to drive me.
Yeah.
And then as far as period, that was like the again, this like fat guy can't believe that like pussy's coming easy at all was like
Yeah.
a mind blow to me. So the other one was I tried all night to get laid. I think I was in a deep 2 or 3 hour thing with the girl that like she was like, all right, so when it came time for like, are you gonna leave? Are you gonna stay? She left. And good burp time. She took off and then I was just in a hotel room, just like lonely, and like it was one of those like race, which I've done a lot in my life. The race to like call a prostitute,
Yeah.
or do I come jerking off, or do I call, or do I just call someone I'm not into at all?
Of course.
And I called someone I was not into at all. Big girl, and she was very into me, and I knew that, but she left hours ago.
Yeah.
And I called her and actually did like the, "Where'd you go?"
Of course,
It's 5 hours later.
I hate that.
Where'd you go? And this poor girl, she drove
Hey, I wanted to talk to you, but
30 minutes.
I couldn't find you.
back to my hotel. She came to the hotel. And even when she got there, I was like, shit. I was like, I don't want to fuck this girl at all. So when she blew me, I just put my mind in whatever place enough to get to like, let me just finish. I'll come while she blows me, which hopefully will be complimentary to her. And then
that's very complimentary, but also I will say somewhat difficult to do.
It was hard, but I was able to put myself in a place. I did it. And then I was like, oh, I'll play with her pussy. And it'll make her come. Like, I'll fucking make her come like eating her pussy, whatever, just to get it, let's just get it done with.
What?
And,
no way on that bell.
Yeah, that bell.
Like 4 seconds, if you ask me.
So I was like, she made me come, I think. And so then I kind of get beside her on my knees, and she's on the bed, laying down flat. And I'm fingering her. And I was like, just going for, and it started getting like really wet, and I was like, oh, nice. I'm like, she's like coming, but she wasn't making noise like she was hitting that point yet of coming, and I just put my hand up, and it was just fucking bright red blood, and she runs into the bathroom, and there's blood all over the sheets, and I just see, I thank God I used to get rooms at the time that were just like 2 beds for whatever reason, just take whatever they give you, I guess, but like there was 2 beds in this room. And she was in the bathroom just freaking out. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And you keep doing like I'm mortified by it. Because it's not even like, again, say what you will, call me a piece of shit. There's a big difference between like your dream girl getting period blood on your hands and fucking a girl you called back at 5 in the morning. Where'd you go? So I'm definitely...
your one regret.
Yeah. So I'm doing the thing. I'm doing like the whole outside the door, like, no, it's totally cool. Like just like trying to get like the cool thing. Of course. But man, that was just one of those nights where you're like, man, I should have just. Why didn't I just go an aggressive shot at jerking off?
It's so hard. Because
I have a lot of stories like that where I'm like, why didn't I just jerk off?
Yes,
and I wouldn't have been there.
There's so many text
place.
messages that I've sent where I'm like, I should have just fucking jerked off instead of getting this person in my life, where now they know I'm interested and I'm hammered.
Have you ever heard the super? As soon as they answer, when they go, you're almost searching wildly for rejection, so you can just jerk off.
Yeah.
Because when they say yes, as soon as they say yes and you commit to it, you immediately think you're like, all right, now they're coming over. Like, are they staying? Do I gotta make them go home? Like, it's just like it's too much.
You actually just reminded me of a time.
Yes.
Come on.
I was at a show.
What are we at, by the way, Alex? Give us.
I was in Ireland.
You guys have
I'm doing
done
a show.
an hour and 14 minutes worth.
Dude, I think we should do an hour, 2 hours.
And 16.
No,
I'll go.
What the fuck you looking at, Christine? I still got my story to tell about the girl I didn't want to fuck. Chill.
It's not you. Relax.
What's wrong? You can't tell Harrington your life story? Go, Bob. Go bore Frank.
Harrington's like, so then I hit him with a parry, and then a left, and then a right, and then a left.
One of my most proud moments ever on the bonfire the other day was Christine was saying like, we were talking about Glenn Danzig. You know who he is?
Of course I do. And he got knocked the fuck out.
He did. But
Is that
we
the
always say about him.
Misfits?
Yeah,
No,
but he's the
he's
guy.
from
Every
Danzig.
picture he takes for PR is like angry face and very like he's very evil face. And I found out why that is because I watched a little documentary, like a short documentary about him. And it's because it's not on purpose, but for facts. When this guy smiles,
Come on, bear.
Come on.
when Danzig smiles, he looks like the most
I'm
pleasant sweetheart ever, and he's all devil music, you know. So the thing, and Christine goes, "Oh, you look." She goes, "You look very different." Christine said, "You look very different from when you're angry faced to when you're at your happiest." And I was like, Christine, you've never seen me at my happiest." I'm proud of that. Those are moments that I can never use in crowd work again. It's just that one moment on the bonfire, one episode, but it's one of the ones you want to tell another comic. I'm like, that was quick.
For sure. Yeah. It's a great line that will forever rupture your
It
relationship.
just lives in episode whatever from the bonfire. But now it's on the fucking anniversary.
Look at this boneyard of Bud
insane.
Light. I swear
Why
to
is
God,
there not more, Al? Why is there
Bud
not
Light-
more fresh beer?
I'm
Al?
out
You
of
a pussy?
beer.
More
Bud
beer,
Light
right?
doesn't sponsor us after this, I'm fucking furious.
I was
Cannon went
reminded-
to go shit glitter.
I did it. I just remembered that. So I did.
Where's Frank?
I did
God
this.
damn
I don't
it.
have any more beer.
I only have. We only. This,
no one
I
has
only have
beer.
a half. Oh wait a minute.
There's
Wait
a
a
little
minute.
bit more in there.
Wait a minute now. We got.
But I was
here.
reminded. I did this.
Do you have any?
No, I've got nothing.
Here you got.
There's
something.
more on the way, you guys.
Oh come on.
On the way.
It's mostly foam.
Sucks.
You have 58 seconds
I
to
did
get
this
back
thing,
here, Frank.
So I did a show in Ireland in like 2016, and then someone messaged me on Facebook, being like, "Hey, great show tonight," and I'm like, like I've got a shitty hotel. I'm like looking to get laid, but I don't know who it is because it's like the profile photo is like a bunch of girls, and it's like I thought I knew who it was, and then she's like, "This is my hotel," and I show up, and then it was like a semi-retarded chick.
Now, how? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Let me answer this.
Yeah,
I mean this.
I forgot all about it.
Wait a minute. First off, you waited an hour and 26 to throw this out.
I forgot about it. I forgot about it, dude.
It was like
No, because there is no ding. We don't have a ding. We don't have it.
Is there any
Does
heroin
anybody
we
have
can
beer?
do?
No beer.
You guys want to tie off?
God damn it, we got nothing. We got nothing.
You guys want to write the greatest song ever?
Pause the dings.
Now, wait a minute. Pause the dings. But also, how, in what way? Explain the...
So I'm in Galway, in the west coast of Ireland.
Beautiful.
I'm doing a place.
Where my family's from.
Rolling
Nice.
hills.
All faggots, by the way.
Excuse me, we're from actually Sligo, so fuck off.
Oh, that's what I meant.
The center of the gay storm.
Yes, yeah. I knew that they got all the gay people.
Brendan's got a
sent them
big
to
banger
America.
coming. Go ahead,
There's
Brendan.
no banger.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So I
You're from America.
I
so
do a
shut the
show,
fuck
whatever.
up.
I'm staying in
Oh,
a
that
hotel.
was
I'm
fun.
staying like
Glad
in a
that landed nowhere. Go ahead.
It wasn't a fucking joke.
No,
anyway,
it sure
please.
wasn't. Go ahead.
Guys, my
Shit.
That One Pussy
Shit.
story is going to destroy, I think.
Trouble in Paradise here over the side of the table.
This is my favorite part where the power hour breaks up and then we see how good of friends we are. We just start playing
I'm a you.
I've never felt more like that Colum and Sagalow are now people that I see at the club and I'm like, let's go bullshit.
No, so I'm there,
I like
whatever, and we're out
love
drinking, whatever. We go back to like the hostel where like all the comics are staying, and then I get like a message on fucking Facebook just saying like, "Hey, loves your show tonight," and I thought it was like fucking one of the, because I knew from the photos there was like 3 girls in a photo. She's like, oh, I looked at her, I was like, oh yeah, that girl's hot as shit. So I went over, I left the hostel while everyone else was sleeping at like 4 a.m. or something. And I went over and then I show up and I opened the door wherever, the hotel that she was staying in.
She gave you
She's just coloring in
By the
crayons.
way, I looked that she gave you a fucking like a
wearing
multiple
a
choice
helmet.
picture.
Yeah.
She gave you a picture. She goes, "Which one of these girls do you hope I am?" She goes,
And
"Which
I
one?"
went-
He goes, "Which one of you?" Goes, "Which one are you gonna come to my hotel for?"
Dude, I was
I'm the middle one then.
And I went, I'm taking the chance. I'm taking the chance. Because one man will go, wait, which one are you? Imagine replying, which one are you?
Was there one that was like ugly and fat and
Bring him in, Mike.
She wasn't fat.
We
Man,
get it, Mike. You
Harrington,
bear
we-
crawled to the deli and came back. You came back on monkey bars.
Wow, 12? 12
back.
Hey, Mike, can I have the most water you've ever poured? Thank you.
I guess.
Mike, can you make the wettest water ever?
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be like a one more beer situation, but I guess we're
Mike,
going
do
for
me
the
a favor.
century mark.
All right, restart that ding.
You find though just
Wait.
the most watery water possible.
Restart the
Thank you.
ding after our first shot. All right. Well,
Got
here.
it.
Okay.
What number are we at, Alex? By the way, can we hit the century mark?
This is going to be 117, an hour and 17, so
77.
77.
That's all right.
We can get to 100.
We're only getting started. We're
I
only
thought.
getting lubed
Sorry,
up.
I didn't. Neither of you committed to this much of a podcast.
That's fine with me.
but,
Yeah, but I showed
I don't know
up.
what anybody else is bringing to the table, but I got a 6-minute story.
I want
Thank you,
6
Mike.
It's not like you, Jay.
What's water?
I want to take 6
Anyway, the
shots.
point was I showed up and then, but she was like semi-retarded. She seemed fine, but she at the same time was like, you definitely need someone caring for you, and she was like missing hair.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, am I gonna do it? And I walked in, I was just like, am I gonna do
You're,
this?
you're like tossing out basic math.
and
just
I'm like,
to see how
no,
far
because
along
I'm
she
sitting
is.
in there going, like, and I'm sitting in bed with her. I was like, anyway, I gotta go. I was there like 40 seconds. And
Well,
I'm
in
like,
fairness, she had a
anyway.
race car bed, so.
Was she? No, she was in the
hair
hotel.
in places like part of her head.
You know when this is like semi-balding, and I don't know how that's related to whatever fucking retardation she had, but it was like, it's definitely not. You're too young to be.
Dude, can I say what I've been trying to say for about an hour?
please,
Please.
Yo,
Please, the
fuck-
tyrant is gone.
Yeah, I love you.
Don't worry. Moose
You
will
know
be
what?
taking a piss.
I love you just came out and went, you know what? Fuck the blacks, dude.
When we were talking about like fake coming and everything,
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
done that with my first girlfriend, the girl that I lost my virginity to, and I would do that so often where I came too early,
Yeah,
and then I'd have to fake it, and after a while she would grab my my dick, and she would go like this to see if it was hard or not. You know,
no.
she would like squeeze it.
She didn't believe you.
Stress test?
Yeah,
I don't like that at all.
she wouldn't believe me when I was like, oh, like when I was like, oh, I didn't come already. I came just now with you.
Yeah.
And she would grab my dick and
She didn't believe you?
and squeeze it to the point where both
Wow.
sides were touching.
So not only did she want to come, but she wanted the receipt for your penis.
Yeah.
This is
Her name was Dervla.
But do you lie? So what you did was you came, and then you were like, no, I'm still hard. She's like, you're not hard. And you're like, I haven't come. I promise you.
She was trying to see if my dick was hard.
Also, that's such a specific name that if anybody just Googles Long Island
I'll give you the
Dervla-
whole fucking name. I'll give you the whole fucking name. I don't care.
that sounds like a half retarded name.
It was.
Making up for the ones I missed. How many did I miss?
Wait.
2 things?
No, you missed
One.
Just one.
2.
You missed 2.
Yeah, you. Oh, hell yeah, Alex. Let's fucking lay it on him.
Well, that one's coming like right now.
Wait, Big J just said he had a
Well, yeah,
story.
Jason, you experienced
Jason,
girls,
I'm
right?
sorry. I still call him Big J. I still call him Big J.
Jason Michael Oakerson.
Michael, middle name?
J-Mo.
Interesting.
Mick,
How'd
as
you
we
get?
say.
Do you remember how you got the name? Did your family ever tell you?
What, Jason?
What is this?
Like
WTF?
the origin.
No, my dad.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. How'd you get your
Yo, can I tell
start?
you
Do
something?
you think Lauren's pissed at me?
I'm gonna tell you something. My dad threw it out there. Thank God. My dad deadbeat pretty much all of my childhood. However, my mom was gonna do a move and name me after my Jewish uncle who died in. It was my grandmother's brother. I think he may have died in the war, World War II.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
But they were
it
gonna
wouldn't be that great to be Big Chaim.
No,
Oakerson.
but not even that. It wasn't even. It was worse. And you'll get this, Brendan. I feel bad if you do, but I think you will.
Okay.
They were going to name me Oscar Oakerson, and being a fat kid named double
You
O's,
can't have O in your name.
it's too much O, and it just
Yeah.
it would have been. And,
Oscar Oakerson
and my
stands no chance of being.
dude, I don't think my father's ever seen me shoot a basketball. All my young shit, he has no fucking recollection of for sure. He wasn't around for that. But my father made my mom not name me Oscar Oakerson and name me Jason.
Oscar
just- yeah,
Orenthal Oakerson.
I think he
Just a snowman of a name.
I think he just threw. I think he just threw one out there and was like, as long as it wasn't Oscar, I was all right.
Jason. No offense. Jason is still kind of a fat. name.
Sucks.
Yeah.
But I went and I just accepted Jason because that's what they give you to school and all that.
Yeah,
You know, they
of
kind of
course.
get whatever the forms are. As soon as I had my own brain, like kind of going on what I was, my choice was Jay.
What were you
Jay's a
supposed
smart
to be?
move.
Was there any names that you guys were
Yes.
where your parents were like, we were going to name you that, but this happened, whatever?
Dan had a. I'm trying to remember what Dan's was. Maybe Christine remembers.
Mine's
but Dan had a
ridiculous
weird
because
one.
it was
What, it was
Mike-
almost.
It was Michael or Demetrius.
My God, dude.
Demetrius.
We don't like we don't like Dimitri.
Demetrius.
We don't even like Dimitri Cannon.
Demetrius sucks on a level that I'll never imagine.
Christine,
don't
do you
tell
remember
me.
it all with Soder's possible? You can't remember. I can't remember either. Text him.
Alex, what's the
Yeah.
What am I asking? What was his original name gonna be?
Yeah, so if I was my parents didn't find out what they were having, so if I was gonna be a boy, they were gonna name me
Alex?
Salvatore.
Salvatore.
It's so Italian. It's crazy.
It's just you have to have a certain look. For somehow Sal Volcano pulls off Sal.
Yeah.
How many? Do
And
I
without
know?
even being like the thing where you think is like, hey, getting my fucking Trans Am and whatever. He pulls it off in a much more like family Sal way.
I didn't
Yes.
even think of the fact that his name is Sal because it
Right.
hits so differently than like my dad's friends who are named Sal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to meet one cool mellow Vinny before you realize Vinny's not just named as some fucking
sucks,
gravy making fucking jerk off from South Philly.
Yeah, I had one Sal friend in 4th grade who was very fat, very Italian, and he used to get picked on by the kid that lived next door to me, and his mother wouldn't make things any better on him because she'd drive her caravan
God
from
damn
halfway
it.
up the cul-de-sac down like 6 houses and not get out of her car but scream at the kid that bullied her son because she was too fat to walk.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is how much of my family kind of phoned in my entire life. They were like,
It's either Mike or
the
Nick.
most horrific.
It took me to the 78th minute to realize this.
That's the most horrific.
Why is your mother a problem?
The most horrific way of describing
she's
a
a
bad
listener.
kid.
She's a big fan.
mom?
They go, yeah, my mom.
Your mom
yeah.
listens to the show.
Now,
She just started listening.
trying to make up for lost years.
She only came in
Okay,
at
Brendan.
190, and now she knows how I lost my virginity.
My mom tells me she listens to the bonfire, but like I fucking throw things out there all the time that she would mention to me if she did.
Yeah.
And she don't.
Yeah.
That's the best case snenario.
Got her a free Sirius subscription. Some people had to get rid of those because of COVID and their finances.
Yeah.
Got it for her for free.
Doesn't listen.
I'm not gonna make it a whole thing.
So, she.
The worst thing is having a deadbeat father with your actual last name. So he gets he travels for work and he gets
All the publicity.
countrywide acknowledgement
shit,
that his
isn't it
last
a
name
show?
is my is that your is do you know that guy? 'Cause it's a unique last name.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of like, holy shit, I listen to that show all the time. And you're like, there's nothing to do with you. Oh, it makes me furious. I was in Utah and this guy at the game. Oh, it makes me furious.
Yeah.
So I was my dad's name is Thomas Michael,
Doing these
and
beers.
my dad's idea was to make me Thomas Michael Jr.
Sure.
I guess, just to make and my
TMJ.
mom said I don't want that. I don't want to be yelling at multiple Thomases, and also we're gonna get divorced.
Yeah.
So
She had
we
a heads
should-
up.
So yeah, just a heads up. She said that super early, like the day she.
She goes,
gave
I love you
birth.
now, but I'm going to have a problem with you.
Yeah.
Dude, I just
So
spilled
she's like, I
beer
haven't-
over all this electronics.
Okay,
right
well,
now.
don't
That's
tell
a-
Lewis that because
That's a Jay
problem.
Gomez problem.
Alex
That's
is
really
pissed.
disappointing, Brendan.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
I think he just did it for him.
Yeah.
So we,
that
uh,
just made me so sad.
Should I not mention that? Sorry.
My
No,
family
it's-
decided.
It's okay.
My family decided to go. You know
I
what?
need a napkin over here.
Thomas Michael Jr. is too much, so let's change it. So they went Michael Thomas. They literally just
Flipped it.
switched middle name. And by the way, I got a response from Dan Soder. His original name was supposed to be, hold for it,
Buck.
Buck.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I thought that from day one.
Buck Soder.
Looks
I
like
thought
Buck.
I thought that
Soder.
I thought that from
He's
day I thought that from the minute I said I thought that was it, but it was so because that's what they would do. People from the bonfire were sending things like Oscar Oakerson and Buck Soder's car dealerships.
Dude,
And-
they
and-
traded
and-
down.
but
Buck
it was-
Soder is
it's
great.
It's so wild.
Uh-oh.
Buck Soder that I was like, it's so crazier than an Oscar even that I was like, maybe I'm thinking about it wrong, but yeah, that's right, Buck Soder.
Buck
fucking great.
Soder.
Dude, my parents wanted to give me such a fucking hot name. They wanted to name me Connor.
Oh, that'd have been good.
Connor
dude.
would imagine
That's
if
like
like,
Say
we
just
were
the name, the name alone.
Connor-
Do you know how much I wouldn't even be here? I'd be selling out stadiums if I was
Connor
Sagalow.
Sagalow.
Now, the sexier thing doesn't always get it gets five guys through in comedy. But what it would have gotten you was it would have just gotten you 6 more hot chicks than you would have fucked with Brandon Sagalow. Brendan's a pretty sexy
Brendan,
name too.
but
Literally, no
saying,
one knows your name.
but Brendan-
Is it Brendan?
Brendan.
I mean, I'm fucking happy.
Is it Brendan?
So funny where you go. That's so funny where you go. Is it Brendan?
We had a whole saga. We ruined his relationship
know,
with
I'm
Amy
so sorry,
Schumer, and then
man.
we ruined it back.
No, you'd be right here right now and we'd be like, Croner. Croner Sagalow.
Brendan, I gotta tell you, when poor Lewis brought you into Legion of Skanks the night after the Amy Schumer thing,
Schumer thing?
Oh, shit.
that poor son of
and
a bitch.
and they
Have
made
saw
you
that
read
story?
the DMs.
I got texted by Schumer after that.
Did you?
She's like, I'm not a piece of shit. I go, I don't think you're a piece of shit. I go,
But what you did was a
I think she is.
I got his thing.
Oh, hot.
Do you?
I think she's rude. Yeah, I think what she did was
I'll
really
never
God.
forget. Mike and I were the two.
No, best
were the
comic-
Two,
best
no,
comic
no,
of
no.
all time.
Mike and I were the two barriers to entry to
Wait,
stop.
I want to know what she said to Jay.
All right, I guess fuck my whole story.
No, it was honestly.
Yeah,
after.
It wasn't.
Podcast.
It wasn't
What a
about.
fucking idiot. I am.
Honest to God, it wasn't about the situation. It wasn't about the
Such
situation.
a woman.
She just said that she did.
Oh,
She,
Podcast host.
she said she
You
called
should
down
do.
and said she was going
should
to do
do a
that.
show.
She said she was going to call down and she was going to do that, like come down and do a spot for sure. She told me that. But honest to God, what I hate to say, the text wasn't much about that more than it was like Ari, Lewis, and Dave nonstop saying she's like fat and shitty. And,
Oh, okay.
So she called me more for like a thing where it's like, yo, like we're friends, like what? And I was like, well, I know I owe her for sure, you know. She did me a couple solids for sure. So I was like, look, I could still say the moment itself of like bumping you off in the middle of your headline is ridiculous. But
First headline ever.
absolutely, that's weird.
And since.
But that's maybe a smaller, shittier place first.
Well, it did make the show better. Like, there's no way. Like,
No. It's
my act
it's
was
no.
gonna
I
be
think
a
your
good
initial
show.
take on it was fine. Like she came in, like it actually made people super happy. You. A comic told me years ago. I almost didn't want to go on after one time. I went to Laurel, Maryland, a shitty club called Jokes on Us. And me and Ray Gordon from Philadelphia were co-headlining.
Ray is a motherfucking monster to the
beast.
level that I saw him open up. He had just recorded his album, and he did a guest spot, quote unquote, opening for Bobby Kelly.
Yeah.
The weekend before that weekend, he had just recorded an album and sold out every show at Punchline. And Ray came
Philly,
in and was like, "I'll do a guest spot before Bobby Kelly." And Bobby was like, "I guess I'm never coming back here because I have half full audiences, and Ray is murdering right before me."
Ray's a Philly godfather. He's the guy. He's the guy who literally put me, Kevin Hart, and Kurt Metzger, Mike Vecchio, and Joe DeRosa on stage the first time ever. Like he's the guy. He was the guy from Philly. Came to New York. I don't know what it is, man. He just wanted to be the guy from Philly, so he kind of just stayed in Philly. And like, I think he could have been like huge. Yeah, Ray was amazing, but I didn't even forget we were at about Ray. Why it came up?
You went to a shitty club in Baltimore.
Because of
Jokes
getting
on
interrupted.
Us.
we were talking about
getting
Amy
interrupted.
texting you.
Oh, the idea of we went to.
Whoops.
I'm sorry. Me and him were. I was featuring for him at a club called Jokes on Us in Laurel, Maryland. Horrible club. But we went there, and before the show started, they came in and they said, Robert Townsend's coming in, or he's here.
Oh, wow. From The Who?
Robert Townsend from, like Meteor Man. Like, five Heartbeats.
Robert Townsend. Wait, who
Comedian.
is Peter Townsend.
You're thinking of Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend.
No, Robert Townsend is Meteor Man. He used to do a bunch of HBO comedy specials back in the day called like, Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime. It was basically, he was the launch for like David Allen Greer, Tommy Davidson, all those guys, and the Wayans guys. And Robert Townsend, he was coming in because he was going to do a new special with Chris Tucker, and Chris Tucker was coming in, and Robert Townsend was going to go on stage on our show. I'm featuring Ray's headlining, and Robert Townsend's going to feature or Robert Townsend's going to introduce Chris Tucker, and Chris Tucker's going to do about 40 minutes.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
It went on, and in about 30 minutes in to Chris Tucker, they came over to us and they were like, hey, like, so, we can close the show. Like, he's doing about 45 minutes, so we can close the show. But if you guys want to, we're paying you still. But if you guys want to go on and do, like, 10 minutes and 20 minutes feature headline, like, we'll still put you on. And I was immediately just, like, totally, my mindset was totally like, no, we're good. Let this be the show. And they saw it for $15 or whatever. And Ray was like, no, let's go on. And I was like, why would we go on, dude? Chris Tucker just went on. He goes, yeah. He goes, but they paid $10 or whatever to see us. And they've just seen Chris Tucker. So think about...
How's Chris Tucker as a stand-up, by the way? Because I only know him from fucking the Jackie Chan...
He was so great in the beginning. The thing, Chris Tucker is the class... We're so...
Rush Hour.
Even great Michael Jackson impression.
Even me, I'm like a year or a year or two behind the generation that would understand this.
Yeah.
But Chris Tucker, I'm trying to think of who I can correlate it to, and I can't think off the top of my head. Chris Tucker he had 15 minutes of comedy that he did on Def Jam, and they made him a star.
Yeah.
So he didn't have a lot of comedy chops. He was just ready for like to be a character on stuff. So he did stuff.
Yeah.
So his comedy was like kind of fun. But either way, he went out there and it was Chris Tucker. It doesn't matter. He's going to kill because they're so excited for him. And I was like, no, let's not go on. Let's just be the show of this. And Ray was like, no, we'll go on. And I was like, what are we doing, dude? Like, this guy's going on. He goes, they just paid $10 to see us. And now they got to see Chris Tucker. They're in such a good mood. It's just our game to lose. Like, how bad could you do that you could take them out? That you could take them out of a good mood? Yeah. No, but he was right. It was. And I went up there with that attitude. That saved my ass, dude.
Of course.
When I passed the cellar, my first paid spot she ever gave me, or whatever, food spot, whatever it was at the time, whatever it was, when I was on the schedule for the Comedy Cellar the first time.
What year was that? But can I ask?
So 5 years ago.
1998.
1972.
Yeah,
1921.
2004 or 5, for sure. Like 5 years in, 4 or 5 years in. And,
5 years into comedy, you get into the cellar.
Yeah, dude. I wish I could.
But was the cellar that time?
No, it was still. You're right. When I would go on, there would still be maybe like 20 people in the audience. Yeah. No,
the comic strip was the shit back then.
On the weekends, it was fucking dominant, dude. It was so
Yeah.
good. It was so good. The strip on the weekends that time. That was like still Lucian and the whole process there.
Yeah.
But they did I miss a shot?
You might have
We
missed
just
a shot.
took one
Do you need
just
a
now,
beer?
so I
Do you-
think you got to go and. I think we have to stop.
I think you
Beerless?
poured
I think
yourself
this is-
right after.
This is the last drink that we're gonna do.
All right,
Is
let's
this?
Are you
Okay.
beerless?
But I gotta tell you something. No, I got beer.
You shoot that.
But I gotta tell you what. I still have a not want to fuck a girl story. It's gonna knock the dick out.
I want to hear it.
How much time are we at?
I want to hear the
How many minutes have
comedy
we gone?
story.
'Cause
I want to
know
hear
we're-
the not fucking
We're
girl.
an hour and 46 in, which is the longest Irish
you guys
Goodbye
are-
in 200 episodes for sure. But like, I've never felt bad or like if someone was like,
long
I
have
want
you
to
been?
fist fight you,
12
I
years.
could take 3 shots.
How long
before
have you been? How long have you been in comedy for?
I started my first spot ever was in college in the fall of 2007, and then in 2008 I started doing like bringer shows in New York City, but I was doing bringer shows once to twice a month. So I would say 2008,
So
2009.
That's great. I started in '99 in Philly, and coming. So it's weird. The time has flown. Such a bizarre. The fact my daughter's 18 is bizarre to me.
Crazy.
I met her from because
I met her.
I sorry.
I met a few years
Tell
ago.
us a story about how you guys met.
I'm sorry.
I would love to know that.
I'd love to give you that, but I
Oh,
said I met her
fuck.
mother. I was gonna say I met her mother.
That was number 95, by the way.
I met her.
Let's get to 100. Let's just get to the sentence.
do it.
We can do 100.
I met her. Her mother was a
closed
waitress.
at
Her
the
mother was a
same-
waitress
no
at the
problem.
comic strip at the time. My daughter, who's 18, was a waitress at the comic strip. But like, coming, it's amazing all the weird things in comedy that I've fucking like. The induction of social media or even MySpace and Facebook, like all those things happened like on my career. It was
That's
a fucking
crazy.
weird
Yeah.
thing. But I had a point. I'm stoned
Nice.
and drunk.
Stoned. All right.
The buzz is coming.
Now,
I just did mine early.
100 minutes in, it's catching up to you.
Well, I got to tell you, once I went to piss, I was like, oh, I wasn't feeling anything until I got up. I shook an Etch-a-Sketch, and I'm like out of my
Changes the whole
mind.
thing. It changes the whole thing.
I don't know where your
But
glasses are.
only-
I'm a mess.
Only because I still have it in my head. Whatever nonsense is comedy shit I was just talking. Let's clear it.
Let's
Yeah.
drop
Let
it.
me-
Let's drop it.
And let me tell you this fucking.
We have 4 more minutes
They're not
left,
one to fucking
and then we
girl.
got to wrap it up.
Hell yeah.
Guys, I'm
not one to
kind of
fuck
put a
girl.
bandwidth.
So I did.
Guys,
I opened for-
It's so funny.
I used to bring when DeRosa
Check me
moved.
on Patreon, Colum Tyrrell.
Stop doing
Check me on
that.
Patreon.
When
Fuck,
DeRosa,
fuck Lewis.
It's funny because when he gets drunk, he just sounds like Snatch.
Yeah.
I tried.
No, not a traveler. I'm not a traveler.
yeah,
Although I look and sound like one, I'm not a traveler.
We're blind away. Colum's a gypsy.
Also, no, I will not accept it. I love the traveling community.
Colum's a
Please do-
Colum's a gypsy bare knuckle fighter.
We all laugh, but please don't do anything about
By
that.
order of
Please.
the Irish goodbye.
If there's anybody who's
don't.
still doing the Power Hour with us, you're a fucking hero.
What's the-
and we only
Love
have
the travelers.
3 more
Don't
minutes
don't
left.
do
Just to
anything
give it,
my
I was going to
family.
give it stuff on podcast, but what's the documentary? You have to know it. What's the documentary about the
Knuckle?
Irish-
Knuckle?
Knuckle.
You
One
didn't
of the
even-
best ever. Yeah.
Before you even finish the fucking
One of the best documentaries ever. about the
Knuckle is
fam-
amazing. Yeah,
About the families who cut wrestling
they're all
promos to
from
fist
my
fight each other.
They're all from my fucking neighborhood.
Awesome.
Did we hit 100 minutes?
Almost.
Where are we at?
No.
How far away
let,
from 100
Let Jay
minutes?
tell his. I'm not gonna
He
fuck a
will tell
woman.
many stories.
I'll close it out.
Yeah, you close it
Did I
out.
tell too many
Are we
stories?
at-
I'll shut up.
3 minutes away?
No.
We need 3
This
more
has
minutes
been
until we hit the century mark, which, by the way, I got to say, 30, I don't know, I'm so disappointed in myself from 2 years ago for throwing up 30 minutes
you
in.
suck.
I'm
You guys
almost
suck.
100 minutes.
done
I'm
2
97 minutes in, and I'm fucking
I'll do another
ready
hour.
to
What were you guys
fight.
drinking?
Feeney's ready to drive home.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So are
He's gonna do
you.
his own taxes right now.
So what? So let's all talk.
Do you want to hear my
Yes.
killer?
I'd love to hear
all
your
I want to
story.
hear. Hey,
And then
Did
I would
pussy?
love to hear you talk about how much you're talking too much after
Thank
the
you.
story.
Yeah, the modest.
I'm very insecure.
self-conscious-
I'm very insecure, Sagalow.
What are you doing?
Feeney said, "Let's
So
all cheers."
Alex knows me. That's why Alex just laughed right there.
Ew,
Alex
gross.
knows the human
Get
being I am.
away.
Alex knows me, the human being, not the broadcaster.
Alex, how are you doing, by the way? Are
gonna
you?
say-
Alex has a laptop in front of a desktop in front of tissues.
Do my first meeting with Alex.
okay.
Let me tell you how awesome Alex is.
Oh, here we go.
My first meeting with Alex, she came with a friend to a show who was way into fucking.
Ding.
And both girls came back to me and Christine's house the night we met them. Came back to the house, and we started hooking up with Alex's friend, and we were almost like, Alex, what's up? Are you hanging out? And she was like, oh, I'm such a fan of blah, blah. And we just, whatever it was, I forget the words because it was so long ago now. But whatever the words were, it was more like, yeah, Alex, yeah, go ahead, take off. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out with your friend, and we fucked her friend, I think, twice. Ultimately,
Alex, I guarantee this. Alex remembers the words because Alex doesn't drink.
it's very possible. But
Alex, what do you remember?
Oh no, I remember catching a vibe that like I should get going from there.
But
yeah.
you, but,
I think I
well, Alex,
put it out there.
To be
like,
to be fair, though, you said you came out that night almost thinking like that was gonna go down, and then when you got there, you were like, maybe they shouldn't. And we got the vibe. I think it's a beautiful thing that we caught the vibe that you were like, you kind of want to be in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend was just a chick you brought with you. You want to be in this world, and maybe I shouldn't fuck Jay and you split, and we kind of got that too. And Christine says often, I'm not really happy we didn't fuck Alex. That'd be weird. Even the one time,
a career.
we'd laugh at it. And it wouldn't be a big deal. But if it makes sense, almost in a thing, just like, it was almost more funny that we have the story we could tell versus like being like, oh yeah, me and Christina fucked
Is
Alex.
this, wait, how many? 2 more or 1 more left?
I have to do math because
However long
Can
the
we
sick-
talk about the
however
fucking
long the sick-
graveyard of beers that's in
Can we
front of-
say it's going to go as long as a sick ass story goes? I got.
Yeah. Let's hear Big Jay's
Yeah,
story.
Bring us home, baby.
that story.
Everybody,
This is the-
thank you
this
very
is the-
much for listening to Irish
This is a
Goodbye
great
Podcast.
This is one of my few.
Wizard of Pod. Check out Wizard of Pod.
I know it's a good one because I know it's a good one. I've told it a lot. It's a good I didn't want to fuck, but the girl wanted to fuck story. They're so rare that guys have that where you're in a moment where you're like, I'm too deep.
Yes.
But I was opening, I think, for Bobby Kelly. When I would open for Bobby Kelly and Joe DeRosa was my roommate, whenever I had a gig, I would try
Open for DeRosa.
No. DeRosa was my roommate. Bobby Kelly I was opening for sometimes. And when he would bring me on the road, he was a good guy that I can say, Attell, too, was great about that. I'm like, hey, can I bring another guy who's hilarious, who's like a buddy of mine, to host whatever it is? You know, whatever. I got Dave Smith to do that a bunch, and Vecchione,
That was 100.
and DeRosa. Yeah.
The last one, boys.
100, baby.
The
Last
century
one.
mark. We reached the
last one.
fucking. We had 200.
I'll do a
episodes.
double. I'll do a double because it was done.
Yeah.
Is there any beers in the...
I'll steal some of
What do you
Brandon's.
mean double?
Finish it.
Is there any beers in the fridge? Bring them in. Bring them in.
So, DeRosa came with me to this gig. We had one hotel room for both of us, and we hung out. I think he hosted. I opened for Bobby, and we brought these girls back to our room. I was pretty drunk, more drunk. I've not remembered much about drinking, like a night of drinking. I've only had that about 2 or 3 times in my life, where I'm just like,
Wow.
what the fuck happened? I'm not a big blackout guy. I met this girl, and all I remember about her, we ended up fucking. DeRosa came back to our room with these girls, and I know I fucked this girl. In the morning I woke up, there was nobody there except me and DeRosa, and there was a note that said, like, I had a great time, I'd love to see you again,
Nice.
blah, blah, blah. What I remembered of her was that she had that body that was like, and for a fat guy, you don't shun this away. Sagalow, back me up.
I'm
You
here
don't shun
for
this
you,
away.
baby.
Small torso, all her fat was in her lower body, so she had big legs.
Pair.
Which makes her very hot.
Which, by the way, in the fat world, that's a commodity because you're like,
That's
oh, okay, this is
very
a girl who's
hot, yeah.
holding all of her weight in her legs and by her
I love
torso.
that shit.
But small tits, no?
It usually leads in small tits, yes,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
it's like a pure...
It's a girl who's not supposed to be fat who got fat in the bottom.
It's like
Yes,
a fun
yes.
triangle.
Yes.
I guess. Yeah.
There's girls who are not supposed to have a large frame, but they get one, and it all goes to their legs. This was this girl. In my mind, that was this girl. So she left a note, I'd like to hang out again, blah, blah, blah. So I stayed in touch with her to some degree, and before I went, I was doing a gig that Dude, weird. It comes up so many times. Laurel, Maryland. The same.
Desiree
fucking
was
shit.
there, of course.
No. But Laurel, Maryland, the same gig where I would always bring when I did these black like weekend gigs, and I'd be featuring or something or headlining even. I'd hope to bring a girl or have something kind of lined up because I'm like, I'm not going to get laid from the crowd. It's like all black crowd, and if they do want to fuck, the only times I've had it like thrown at me was like by a girl that was just like morbidly obese with gold teeth and fucking like weird like 5 cornrows covering her whole head, like they're that thick. And you're just like,
rows.
you're just like, it's like this girl's not gonna. So I would try to bring a chick because I'm like, I could do well on the show, on these black shows, but I wasn't gonna pull pussy. So I bring this girl. I go, I'm going to Laurel, Maryland. If you want to come down. So I met her in Comics Mohegan, so she's from Connecticut. And
Already a problem.
And she takes a train. She told me she's taking a train down to Grand Central if I could pick her up there, and we'll go down to this gig in Maryland together, and we're going to spend the weekend together. In my mind, I'm just like, oh, nice, I'll get laid all weekend. It'll be fun. I'll be in a hotel. I'll fuck all weekend. And I picked this as I'm driving past Grand Central Station. I see. If it makes sense, when I see her face, I just go. All the memories came back of what it actually was, and you're like, "Oh, this girl's like, I'm just not into her. Like, I'm not into her. I fucked her, but we got through it." And I go, and now she's coming with me for Thursday, Friday, Saturday at a comedy club.
Oh.
I almost drove past, but I just felt so bad that I was like, no, I can't.
You did the Johnny Depp and Blow, where you're like, you went to wave, and you're like, no, never mind.
Yeah, no shit. I went to her. I let her. She got in the car. I let her in the car. She got in the car, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And we drove down. She's fine. She was a very sweet girl, but I'm just not attracted to her. And we get in the hotel room. It's like beyond even my like. Well, it's pussy, so I'll take it. It was like, I'm just not. Whatever her look was, I just didn't dig it. And we got in the hotel room, and immediately she wanted to fuck. So we fuck right away in the hotel room, haphazardly. I'm just kind of getting through it, and we fuck. And then we go to the comedy show the first night. So after the comedy show, I'm like, we got to kill some time because I don't want her to come back and want to just fuck all night. So we go to a diner. Now, one thing about me, I don't know, it's weird. I can eat ice cream. I can. I could have a sundae. I could have a couple scoops. I could have an ice cream cone. For some reason, the combination of milk and milkshake is like I'm gonna be shitting all night.
You
It's gonna be a problem.
Jerry's?
100%.
Too much. Whatever's about a milkshake is too much. So we go to a diner and I purposely order a milkshake. I know that. We go back to the hotel room and I have to shit immediately.
You give yourself food poisoning.
Yes, I give myself. I shit with the door open, talking to her, going like, "I'm so sorry. I was hoping we were gonna hook up all weekend, but it's like my stomach's so fucked up and whatever." That's Thursday night. Friday night we
That's
do.
the first night.
Friday night, so we fucked as soon as we got to the hotel, but then not that night because I was able to push it off. The second night we go to the diner after the show. She goes, I could skip food. I'm ready to fuck. And I was like, I got to eat something. I just did 2 shows. Blah, blah, blah. We go to the diner. I order another milkshake. And I go, and here's the thing.
Milkshake boy.
The thing is, I actually have to be laying disgusting, foul-smelling shits to make this make sense. I can't just be like I'm in the bathroom.
Right.
In my mind. So I ordered more milkshakes and I go shit in the bathroom with the door open, talking to her like, I'm so sorry. This is so not hot. I know I want you to see me as like sexual, but like I'm so sorry. And then, by the way, during the day, I would take her to like the mall to like Wiccan stores or whatever the fat girls like. So
Hot Topics.
yeah, no shit. So you're not wrong. And then the third night, it's Saturday night. It's the last show. We do the 2 shows, whatever. We go to a diner. I'm like, we gotta go to the diner and get some food. We go to the diner again, and all this from the first night, everything is just like, let me lead this up to not fucking her.
Yes.
Let me just see if I can get home and like be able to watch a movie. The idea was like, how could I not go to bed right away because I'm not tired? How could I not go to bed, but how could I not fuck her? And it was always like, I feel my stomach's upset, and I would make myself upset for real. And dude, we went to that diner the third night. And I remember ordering the food, and the guy goes, "What do you want?" I was like, "Let me get an open-faced Reuben." And I go, "And you know
Extra
what?"
milk on the cheese.
I swear to you, I went,
Not bad. Reuben's a nice deal.
buddy. I went.
No,
I went, "Let me get a
I won't
Reuben."
let you bullshit a Reuben. Reuben's a great meal.
Great.
Reuben's a great
Love
meal.
Reuben.
Corned
Love a
beef.
Reuben. I'll fight
National
any
Reuben's a
way
great
to-
meal.
By the way,
And Jay is weak.
By the way, I want to say,
Yeah.
I want to say here and now, anybody who says a Reuben with pastrami, you can fuck right off. It's a Reuben comes with corned beef, and that's
Reuben-
fucking
yeah.
it.
Don't be an
Yeah.
animal. Don't
I'll
be
eat
an
it.
animal.
Yeah, Reuben's
Don't be
a great
white
meal,
garbage.
and
Yeah.
Jay.
What do you? If
White
you're,
trash
unless
is
your
pastrami.
kid, unless your kid rocks niece, I won't even accept it.
Yeah.
Reuben's a great meal.
So the waitress comes over, and I just remember this moment of her going like, "What can I get you guys?" And I was like, "I'm gonna go to a turkey club, whatever the fucking thing was." The food. She ordered her food, and I ordered my food. I go, and you know what? I go, it's killing my stomach, man. But I gotta tell you, your milkshakes are fucking. I'm gonna get one of the milkshakes. And dude, when I ordered in front with the waitress still standing there, this girl goes, "You don't have to do that. We don't have to hook up. It's fine. Like we can just hang out." And I was like, "What?" She called me on it,
It's
we
my
went,
favorite.
and we didn't fuck, but we went back with I just kept holding on to the lie of like, why do you think that's the thing?
No, it's just my favorite drink. It's
you
a
just keep-
milky, thick substance.
Yeah, you just keep picking the thing that you said makes you not fuck me. And I'm like, no, that's crazy.
I just ordered 3 milkshakes in consecutive days because that's how.
I had to drive that girl back to.
Sandwiches don't make me want to fuck either.
I had to drive that girl back to New York, put her on a train back to Connecticut, wherever she's from, and like we just had to like not to just. I mean, that's 5 hours of just on the road going like, "What's up?
Brutal.
Sorry about this weekend not being a fuck fest like you definitely thought.
Yeah.
You came down here to do this. You thought this was going to be the thing."
Sorry if my nose ring misled you. And then
Letting out milk farts
And
in the car.
Brent, you're a good-looking guy, and I'll say this the same thing.
Uh-oh.
There is a curse to being a home run, grand slam, Golden Glove trophy for fat. If you're a fat on the middle chick, looks wise, Brendan, we're your trophy.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of that, but because you're funny, you're also peering at the precipice
what could
of hot girls going like,
100%.
of hot girls going like, I'd hang out with you
If he.
and we'll see if it goes that direction. Because you were that funny, and you're like, do I go with this girl who's like, I'm gonna blow you on the Uber ride? And you're like, there's a hotter chick who's like, there's a hotter chick who goes, I'd have one more shot with you. And you go, hang on, pig. I respect you. I'm you. Me, the bus driver. Me, the bus driver, fucks you and works for it.
What could have been?
But me, the comic, is like, this dummy might not realize I'm too fat to fuck her.
That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.